if you could explain what is the crack?
The crack, I suppose just a load of fun, like load of mess and kind of that sort of thing. Like that's what the crack would be like.
How can I have the crack? What's the crack?
What is the crack? You are the crack.
What's up and welcome to Audiocraic. This is the first episode of Audiocraic, and it's gonna be great.
You sound like a 90s DJ.
Audiocraic. Look, this is first podcast of its kind. It's a bunch of dudes just sitting around and shooting the shit.
You're right. There's no other podcast anywhere.
No
that
other that does
like
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like it's Audiocraic, but crack spelled different, like having a crack.
Why is
like
that?
the crack. So like it's an Irish term. It's really cool. It's just like a good time. So like you go to the pub to have a crack.
See, how I took that as audio crack as it's so addicting like crack.
Yeah, it's
That's
both.
a double
It's
entendre.
both.
Double entendre.
So wait, before
You're scissoring the entendres.
Yes, we are. Yes,
I
we
love
are.
that.
So look, wait, before we start, I'm here with Dirty Water Don in studio, John Ganimal,
How you doing?
Don Gan, John Gan, and joining us from Chicago, the Wonton Don,
Chicago.
Donnie
Hey,
Does.
Don.
Hey, how are you?
Dude, I'm actually so pumped to get into this. We got a lot to cover
Been a
first.
while,
We
boys.
got to just like sort some stuff out in the beginning. So this is the first podcast I've ever started independently, but you guys are in on it. So like, hopefully this is a long storied podcast and you guys are on the first episode.
I'm very excited.
Like,
Thanks for having us.
Hopefully this.
Once I heard the premise of it being like unsanctioned, I'm like, I'm in.
No, we're not unsanctioned. We're just not under technically the Barstool umbrella.
That's unsanctioned.
It's unsanctioned. So you know what? Yeah,
Let's
we're
not,
unsanctioned.
let's not get any of us canceled here.
No, we're not gonna get canceled. We're not gonna get canceled. We're out here. We're gonna have a great time. And yeah, no, it is. You know, this might be the last of these. But if it is, that means it was really awesome and it was too sick for everybody. So we had to get kicked
You have
out.
the strangest definitions of things. I love it.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
All right.
So yeah, so if you're listening, you're probably tuning in because you're like, Billy started a podcast. What the fuck? What's this gonna be like? Well, it's gonna be fucking sick. I mean, we've actually done podcasts with these 4 dudes before, and we have a time. And so honestly, I at this point kind of don't care if you enjoy it because I'm gonna have a good time.
Hell
Because
yeah.
these guys, I trust these guys all with my life. The Gans took me to the bottom of the East River to look for mammoth bones, got me down over 70 feet and back up in crazy current,
Unscathed.
unscathed.
They took me even deeper.
They took Donnie even deeper.
I'm always going to go
How
deeper
did
on
you
a man
get
named
deeper? Don, wait, how did you get deeper?
You went, I believe, 79. He went 83.
Oh, okay, Don went deeper.
He went deeper.
Don went deeper.
Close.
Don and I went to East Africa, to some hot zones where the embassy didn't want us, and we came back alive.
I have a question. When you went to bottom of the East River, did you lay flat in your stomach or were you standing up?
Well, the current kind of like knocked me sideways, so I may have been horizontal
That
at one
might be
point.
why he was deeper. You were standing?
No, I was holding on like a
Oh,
flagpole.
then never mind. You're way better, Donnie. Never mind.
Yeah, well,
Make sure.
yeah, but that was wild. We'll get into that. So you're probably here trying to hear about the macrodosing stuff. So Monday, I was told I was let go from macrodosing. Still a Barstool employee. Just the macrodosing members asked. They're like, hey, you know what? I think the podcast would be better if you weren't on it anymore. Because I was remote, because myriad of reasons. Love those
Myriad.
guys. Hope they.
We're talking like mutiny? It was a fucking mutiny?
Well, no, I wasn't in charge, so it wasn't a mutiny.
I mean,
It
in my mind,
it was
were.
more like a marooning.
Ooh.
It was like a marooning, not a mutiny. So I was on the ship. They're like, hey, we're just going to leave you on this
I'm gonna need
island.
you to get off.
Yeah, get off the ship. So,
Did you see it coming or was it out of nowhere?
dude, it was fucking out of nowhere, to
Wow.
be honest.
You want a hug after the
maybe,
I'll give you a hug.
no, I'm actually just so pumped because, like, I don't know. It's been a
You
crazy
do look a little
week.
swole.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you. I was just like, I'm actually so pumped to just chill with you guys. It's been a crazy week.
Want to go to the bar across the street afterwards? Do some
Yeah,
push-ups?
yeah. Just
All right,
chill
I'm
out.
down. I'm down to watch you.
Yeah,
Set
so
your mind right.
we kind of came out of nowhere. You know what? It came out of nowhere for me. I don't know if the signs were. I was oblivious to it. You know, I'm only.
You are
human.
running for office. Maybe you were a little preoccupied.
I was preoccupied, and with that, we'll get into what's going on with that in a second. Spoiler: I am not out of the race yet. We're hanging in there.
Here, here.
I hope you're not. I really got a new mailing address to vote for you. that was a hassle.
Don't say that.
I'm sorry.
They're listening.
This is for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah. So we were. Yeah. So I was kind of blindsided by it. I just ran a half marathon the day before, and like low key went out for some beers after the half marathon, and waking up hungover, but like not that hungover, but just physically body destroyed. half marathon, not like don't half-ass a half marathon. I half-assed it by not training, but then I went super hard and I just destroyed my body. Haven't really been able to walk right since, but because of the half marathon. But yeah, so that's what happened. Audiocraic, basically, you get kicked off a podcast. You're sort of like, oh shit, like I gotta get some content going. So I was like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna call up the Wonton Don. I'm gonna call up Dirty Water Don. And
We're just dumb shit.
We're not the dumb. I'm just like, I've been meaning to do another podcast with you guys a long time. So hey, might as well.
I
be the
thought you
first
lost
one.
my number.
I know. But
Well,
I'm
so
gonna have a lot of time.
Billy
We're
almost
now.
got kicked off the podcast if he didn't throw a touchdown in our second game in Africa. That was the bet he had with PFT. And I told him in Africa, I was like, listen, if you don't throw any tutties, like I'd be willing to do a podcast with you. So you at least have something to do. But he threw 2 touchdowns that game. And that got him an extra, like 3 months on the pod?
I guess.
But yeah,
4.
now that
4.
he is off officially,
Was that a sign?
I'll
I
at
think he was
least
trying to get rid
be
of
a
you from
reoccurring guest on Audiocraic.
And I really appreciate that. So Audiocraic, crack was just something that I was
loved
at a
as a
bar.
child.
I was actually in a bar in Hoboken, and I was like, and these Irish dudes were talking about the crack, and they're like, "Oh, great crack, man." I was just like, "Oh, what? Like, you guys aren't actually doing crack?" And they're like, "No, like the crack, like just chilling with the guys. That's the crack." And I just loved that concept, and I was like, I've been just searching for crack my whole life. I didn't even know
I'm
it.
so confused because you've had crack. You've had it. You've touched it. You lived it. You embraced it. That barstool lifestyle is crack. And now you're telling me you wanted crack your whole life.
Yes.
You've had it. You've had crack.
Yeah, well, now we
Now
got
you
a
want
name
more
for
crack,
it. But this is audio crack.
It's his crack now.
Yeah, it's my
It's
crack
his
now.
crack.
I control the crack. No one's like, hey, you can't bring the billionaire who did blood transplants with his son.
You'll
on
be the one
podcast
firing
anymore.
people.
I don't really want to fire.
Can you
anyone.
hire me just to fire me? I'm cool with that.
If I had enough resources to like actually give you willful employment, I would
No,
hire you.
I'll pro bono.
Pro bono?
I'll come on the arm. I'm fine.
Okay, you're hired for now.
All right, great.
You're hired.
And now you're
So
fine.
my first time in Ireland, I was like trying to film this prank video, and I was walking up to people on the street, and I'd be like, "You know where I can find some crack?" And they'd be like, "Oh yeah, if you go down the street to that bar, there's good crack." And then I'd be like, "All right, like, do you know how much it costs for like a gram, or like how much for like 2 rocks?" And then they would be like, "Oh shit, we're sorry, we're talking about a different type of crack." I got some hilarious reactions, but then I lost all the footage.
And then I actually bought crack.
Yeah.
It's someone sold me crack.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Good crack there. So there's good crack on this podcast. So like
Great crack on the podcast.
You know, if anyone asks you how's audio crack, just say good crack. Good crack. Just say very good crack. That's know. And if you like this show, maybe you could be called crackheads. That goes well, right? Like having a bunch of listeners to crackheads.
There's definitely something there for the marketing.
Yeah,
For a
like
t-shirt.
So
T-shirts sell themselves.
I've done some podcasts in my day. I know the angles.
I got you.
I know the angles. You know, a lot of people are like, hey, you're just a random white guy starting a podcast. Like, no,
I'm sorry, I don't see color.
I don't see color, and I've been podcasting for years now. So I maybe got an edge on it. I'm a seasoned podcasting vet. But,
So I just looked it up, and the Crackheads is a band in London.
But it's spelled like that.
Yeah, it's spelled like
C-R-A-I-C, yeah.
C-R-A-I-C.
All right.
We'll have
Well,
to listen to their music at some point. But hey,
Have 'em on
your
the
fans
podcast.
can still be called the Crackheads.
yeah, and you know what? If they want to collab, they could do the intro song.
Yeah.
Shout out. We have a producer. Shout out Nikki Quinn. He's on the sticks, and he's been an amazing contribution to my political campaign. And when I was like, "Yo, dude, I need a guy to help me with the podcast," he was like, "Absolutely."
He's helping you with your
So,
crack addiction.
Yeah.
Hell of a stand-up gentleman.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna be honest. I am a CRAIC addict. Like once I realized that I was done with my one source of crack, which was macrodosing, I was like, I gotta find a new source of crack. So
You
this is
need
my
a new
crack.
vice.
Yeah, I need a new. Yeah,
Yeah, I got you. You went from macrodosing, went from mushrooms to crack.
yeah.
It's a jump. I like
Is-
it.
Plus, do you really want to be somewhere where you're not wanted?
I don't.
No.
Exactly.
I was actually thinking you have those things where it's like, oh, they're gonna go back and be like, yeah, dude.
They
like,
did you a favor.
We want you back. We want you back, dude. Like, come back. Like, we're not gonna. And I was like, I would probably say yes, but then in my head I was like,
Please ask me. Please ask me.
I was like, no, dude, I can't trust you guys anymore.
Well, I'm really happy that you put a brave face on.
Yeah, no,
Really
it's-
happy for
it kind of sucks. I wake up Monday and I'm just like feeling like beat as fuck, and like then it's just like, oh, you're fired. I'm like, oh fuck. So then just spend the rest of the week planning stuff out. But shout out huge shout outs to PFT. Huge shout out to Arian to give me the chance. Shout out to Big Team, Mad Dog McKenzie for every thing they've done for the podcast. I wish them the best. I wish them all the best. You may have seen a post online about me and Arian getting into it. I maybe used a cheeky tweet in my blog that was just like he had tweeted something a week ago when all the macrodosing people were together and I wasn't there. Like, if you have a group chat, there's definitely another group chat without you in it. And I was like, at the time I was like, like, you subtweet me, and then I got fired. And I was like, oh fuck, now I know what the group chat was about. But like, I'm not. I was saying that in jest and lightly, and we got into an argument because he, thought.
Do you guys smell that? The main event at the next Rough and Rowdy?
No, stop. I'm not.
Oh, I'm sorry.
that
No,
up.
I'm sorry. Maybe somebody's baking something next round.
We
smell
got
something
into
funny.
a pretty heated argument. I said things.
Did
I
you
read.
win?
He said no one really wins when you're just yelling at a phone at each other.
That's what whoever lost says that.
Yeah.
That's what a loser says, Billy.
No, I think I freaking won. No, I'm kidding.
I think if they put a title I won.
No, but I wish them the best. I mean, like, it's a weird situation to be in, and they have a lot of stuff that they can do in front of them. They like are going a different direction with the podcast. It's gonna be cool. It doesn't include me. I don't. I still wish them the best. I hope that I can still be chill with them. But now it's all about Audiocraic.
Right on. So Uganda went to Africa. How was that, bud?
Hot. It's hot. And you can't escape the heat. The
Really
only
that
way to
hot?
escape
Is it
the
dry
heat.
heat?
It's just hot heat. It's heat that hits you in the fucking face over and
How
over.
many shots did you guys have to get to go there?
I got more than I needed. And I'll tell you
I
why.
pretty
doubled
much
down?
only got the yellow fever shot.
Do you
I
have
didn't-
all the other ones
they-
for traveling?
They recommended the typhus shot, but it wasn't required. Yellow fever was the only one that you needed to show your vaccine card to get in. So
Any
I
side
did the bare
effects?
minimum.
Any
'cause
side effects from that?
I was only there for a week. I wasn't going to get typhus, right? Is it
Sure.
typhoid or typhus?
I don't know.
I think those are different.
Okay.
I think typhoid and typhus are different. I may be
No,
wrong.
okay.
We can Google that. But I got like 5 shots in one day, then another shot the next week because I got rabies shots.
Why? Are you planning on fighting a fucking animal?
I don't know. You don't know when you're going after up there. Like, we were going hiking in the forest. What if a gorilla attacked me, a rabid gorilla?
Do they have rabies?
They
Or
may.
do rabies run rampant in Africa?
Yes, they do amongst dogs and stuff.
I'll tell you what. If
Saw a
you
lot-
got into a fight with a gorilla, your rabies shot's the least of your worries.
Yeah, you're becoming that
You
girl's pocket
are
pussy.
Yeah.
fucked. Yeah.
You're getting raped by a gorilla.
Sneaky. They were smaller than I thought. I'm gonna be honest.
Wait, what?
Like, Donnie, do you agree with me? I've seen gorillas in zoos that were bigger than the gorillas we saw in the wild.
You think maybe the ones in,
Yeah,
in
'cause
the
they're-
zoos are juicing?
Yeah, I think they're juiced. No, they
juicing?
just get
They're
more
fed a
food.
steady diet. Yeah.
I think, yeah. In the zoo, they never have to worry about food. Like those gorillas, they only eat what they can find. But they also just eat plants, and there's plenty of fucking plants there.
Yeah, the zoo ones, they care about fruit and touching
I think
themselves.
these ones were highland gorillas, and
gorillas?
they were highland gorillas, which are actually smaller than lowland gorillas, because lowland gorillas have to be bigger because they have to like fight more things that
Which
aren't
one's
in
a
the mountains.
silverback?
They're silverbacks in both areas, but like I think there's more lowland gorillas in American zoos, so I think that's why I thought they were smaller than I thought. But yeah, Africa was insane. We since we last saw you, we've Africa,
Twice.
twice.
Yeah, I ain't get a phone call for either one of those.
Would
by
you
the
have
way.
gone out to Africa with us?
Yes, I would have.
Ah, dude.
You
Without
used
a
to play
doubt.
football?
Me, yeah, I played
least
football in
high school?
Yeah.
Would you have played on the
Yeah, I
team?
would have played. I would have dove in the fucking Nile. Like, you didn't call me. That's fucked up.
That is
Like,
fucked up
I'm
on
here
our
in
part.
your time of need, but you don't even call me? That's fucked up.
Would you dive to the bottom of the Nile?
Yeah.
That's probably where fucking hippos are.
Yeah,
Like,
they're crazy, right?
Yeah, they run on the bottom of the river.
So do I.
Dude, yeah, dude.
He goes hippo mode. He
Yeah.
knows it.
Yeah, but we were in a spot that didn't have any hippos.
Why not?
They were definitely there. They were definitely, we just,
'Cause they'll destroy you.
like,
I think they probably had some crocs.
they were just running on the bottom of the river. We were just at the deep part of the river, and they're just running on the bottom, and we just can't see them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is true that
That's-
hippos
that sounds
can't
good.
swim, which I
Yeah.
was shocked when I first learned that.
Yeah, they run.
They just bounce up and down off the bottom of the river.
It's exactly
And then
what I
most
do.
of the time
daily.
when they're just lounging, they're actually standing on the ground.
By the way, I probably, introducing to those who don't know Dirty Water Don and John Gann, they're divers. How would you describe?
Whoa,
how
whoa.
I mean,
Only one of
I'm
us
sorry.
in this equation is a diver.
Some of us
Oh
are.
yeah.
Some of us made themselves
I died for
available.
Clem.
Your brother's like the guy in the chair. Like you're
the tender.
Batman. You're out like in the field, and
See,
then
I'm Batman, he's
your brother's
Robin.
the one in the
Yes.
chair, making sure you don't drown or run out of oxygen.
Yeah, he's that guy.
Yeah.
I make sure lunch is ordered also.
He does that really well.
Oh.
Yeah.
You got to stay fed.
Do you guys? So there's this thing on TikTok where like girls are calling their dad and being like, "Dad, just got a job as an underwater welder on an oil rig."
I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are
It's
your
been sent
thoughts
to
as
me.
actual guys who do that dangerous shit? Is it like
They get paid a shit ton.
I don't find it. New York divers make more.
fuck.
New York divers get more than the oil rig divers.
Yeah.
Or
They get depth pay and they get other benefits, and they're on for a long period of time, then they're off, and they have good vacation time and like that. But per capita and then per dive, I would say New York divers bring home more.
Whoa.
Huh?
And it's year round, right?
Yeah.
Sweet. So where are you
And,
diving today? You're talking
well, I
about
just
today
want to
I
say Don was also the star of Sewer Divers.
yes.
I dove in shit.
Discovery
Yep.
Channel.
Yeah.
And that's
Discovery
that
Channel.
was a show on the Discovery Channel, right?
Yeah.
You can still
I remember
find that on Discovery Plus right
when
now.
they came to me with the premise of the show. I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Sure. After I'm done finding the Prince of Persia's gold. So I thought the email was like someone fucking with me.
Yeah.
And then they emailed me back like a few more times, and I realized it wasn't a joke. And we had a phone call. So they tell me they want to shoot a show for Discovery Plus,
Well, Science Channel first.
a Science Channel. I'm like, yeah, I can fuck with Science Channel. It's cool. So we start shooting the show. We get everything done. We're supposed to be released January 1st. December 28th, we get a text message at 8:30 at night. We were sitting with each other. It was the owner of Anomaly Entertainment. He's like, hey, FYI, you're going to Discovery Channel 9 o'clock Sunday night debut.
After Dirty Jobs.
And we were like, what the fuck? For a new show, that's like crazy prime time for that type of show.
Holy fuck. So you had no idea.
We had no
you were
idea.
going-
We knew a couple days before.
You were just like shooting it.
Yeah, we're
and
shooting
you-
for bullshit Science Channel. Like, that's Science Channel. Fuck you. Yeah, what is science? Who watches that?
We knew we were going to go look for the bones in the river the day before we found out the show was going to be on Discovery Channel.
So another side bit, if you haven't heard one of our podcasts before, Dirty Water Don and the boys went looking for the bones underneath the East River that Joe Rogan.
Well, we all did, actually. You guys were there.
We
Yep.
barely
Looked for a day.
We looked for less than 30 seconds for some of us.
You were
How
part of
long
that.
were you down there?
He was in there for a good minute.
I don't think anybody else. Macrodosing was part of that adventure. Were they?
PFT actually was. 'cause
PFT, he financed. He was
Yeah,
the
but
Yep,
no one else was there. No one
financed
was
the gas.
manly enough to go.
he was the
That's what I'm saying.
patron of
Of
the
the-
arts.
of the arts, yeah.
The patron of the arts.
I still have the banner on our podcast studio.
Yeah,
Still
we put
hanging
his
up.
banner on the boat.
I walk in, I slap him when I walk in the podcast trailer.
That's
every
dope.
day.
Well, there might be a-
But then you guys had to finance the rest of your search because you
Yeah.
we went down for
Yeah.
one day, but you kept searching for the next like 3 months.
Yeah, we did.
Or-
And
or
in
longer?
total,
longer than that, yeah.
in total, it was 300 and change worth of dives.
Actually, it was 287 actual physical dives.
So those three divers that were with us every day, there was Johnny Santiago, Johnny Pineclass, and then there was Sia Cortez. He was out with us, and we were diving every day in the winter months, 3 to 4 divers, or 3 to 4 dives each a day, to try to find where they were talking about on Joe Rogan these bones were. And, we got a lot of media coverage. Everyone was talking to us about it. We were on CBS, Fox, and 121 newspapers. Like, it was just a lot of media coverage on the topic. And as soon as we found something, fucking radio silence.
Dude, that's weird. Now this takes us to why this podcast is the topic is prehistoric megafauna, because you guys were looking for the bones of some serious megafauna, mammoths, steppe bison.
Short-faced bears, saber-toothed tigers.
So quick,
And the theory was that the museum there just dumped a bunch, like didn't have enough
Museum
room
of
in
Natural
storage
History,
for 'em,
yeah.
so just dumped them like into the ocean back in the early, like into the East River
Into
in
the
the
East River,
early
40s,
1900s or something.
40s.
Around the 1940s-ish.
so in
1940s or
these
so.
bones were the property of the Alaskan Boneyard, which is
Owned by John Reed.
owned by John Reeds, who's on Joe Rogan, and he was telling Joe Rogan a story about how his property was basically thrown, his property retroactively, and that the National History Museum, the American National History Museum in New York City, had been part of some cover-up to make sure he never gets his bones back.
Well, he bought the company. He bought all of its contents
Right.
and all of its debts and all of its products. So
Right.
they had his stuff from the original owner, so he wanted it back.
And he went there to the museum to get it back, and they showed him a bunch of different things, but then they said, you couldn't go in the basement. The basement was getting asbestos abatement.
Yeah.
So then they told them
Sounds
that,
shady.
Yeah,
I'm
and
going to
then
be
they
honest.
come back.
Asbestos, I think, is a conspiracy theory.
Of course.
As a whole,
Yeah.
you think asbestos is
I
fake?
know. I'm not asbestos. I just dealt with so much, like, working in construction, so much asbestos shit.
Sweetie.
I know it's real. I know
You're
it's real.
25 years old. Okay, 25 years old. You haven't even woke up with a cough yet.
I know, but like asbestos is one of those things where it's like it's such a fucking issue when you're trying to like redo buildings. It's like it's just like
it will
you got
kill
to
you
put
slow
so
and
much.
painful.
That is such a strange hill to die on.
No.
I think asbestos is bullshit.
No, it is fucking
Fuck
bullshit.
emphysema. Yeah.
It's just like everyone,
mesothelioma is bullshit.
you know, like how much like projects get stopped and held up because of fucking.
They
asbestos?
fucking should.
I know. It's just like as someone who hasn't seen the impacts of asbestos
Mesothelioma?
and mesothelioma.
Right.
You're gonna be
Actually,
feeling
good,
that in
yeah.
like 10 years.
My grandfather actually had bad lungs. He didn't die of mesothelioma, but he had it. Could have been from smoking and construction. But so I get
Don't
there's
be
people.
talking shit about cigarettes.
I'm not. I'm just saying. I feel sorry for anyone who's been impacted. But I just think it's such a.
I know
bitch.
you like to Google stuff, so on your free time, I want you to Google the town in Australia where they would mine asbestos and just see what happened to the town.
I bet
The
it's
Blue
fucked.
Death. Just give it a Google, give it some research, and then we'll talk later.
I
about
bet
it.
it's fucked.
The kids were playing in it like it was cotton candy and rolling around in it.
Yeah, okay, I take it back. Asbestos, not bullshit.
And it just buries
Asbestos
into your
is not
lungs
bullshit.
like corkscrews.
Yeah, it goes in.
And never comes out.
So if you drop one asbestos fiber in this room in a complete vacuum, it would take 3 days to hit the bottom in a complete vacuum.
Oh no!
So if I take a whole bunch and put it in the air, like when buildings come down in the city, when things crash into them, that
Yeah.
shit just goes everywhere, and they tell people on ground zero that it's okay to breathe the air, and that shit's still floating the fuck around.
You don't need respirators.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, asbestos is fucked.
Speaking of
Asbestos
more
is-
conspiracies, what about Joe Rogan?
Oh, sorry.
Yes, back to what we were talking about.
You gotta be
Back to what we
upset
were
about
talking
the asbestos. I'm like,
You know
what?
what? I'm actually. I feel like a dickhead. I'm trying to talk shit about asbestos, but asbestos. I won't fuck with asbestos.
Yeah. Lead paint? Fuck lead paint.
Yeah. Fuck lead paint.
Yeah. Asbestos is cool.
Yes.
Yeah, so Joe Rogan, when he had on John Reeves from the Boneyard, he said, if anyone can find
If you're brave
one
enough.
of these bones that was dropped in the river, I'll have them on the pod.
So when
And you
that
guys ended up finding some things,
Yes,
right?
when that was released, I had a 5 a.m. Cortez calls me. He's a morning guy. He works out like Billy. And he calls me. I'm still in bed next to my old lady, probably getting freaking naughty. And he calls me, wakes me up and goes, did you listen to Joe Rogan? I'm like, fuck you. And I hung up the phone. So now at a respectable hour of the morning, around 9:30, John called me. He goes, hey, listen to Joe Rogan. I go, what do you want? Cortez started telling me something about this. What is it? And he explains to me the guy drops in the river, and if you go find him, you get to go on the podcast. Now, I wanted to go on Joe Rogan's podcast solely for the fact I can smoke cigarettes. Unlike this podcast where I'm sitting with a hippie with a hard H, I can't smoke in here. So I think it's bullshit. Joe
We're
Rogan,
not
though, you
even
can
supposed
smoke.
to be recording in here. I can't have a
I know
smoking
you're the
cigarettes.
bad boy of
I'm
podcasting.
not the bad boy. I'm literally
So
like.
Joe Rogan said you can come on. So John's a huge fan of Joe Rogan, and I'm a diver. So that just is the perfect recipe. We had all the equipment, all the knowledge, all the skill sets to do it. We watched a lot of guys come and go trying to do this, and they were just either getting kicked out by the cops, or they couldn't hack the current, or they couldn't get the gear together to safely do it. Bless you, producer dude. You're welcome. And we went down there, and on our 75th or whatever, 74th dive, we found something. We found the lower jawbone of a steep bison. So we were like, holy shit, we're onto something. So we keep diving the same area multiple times. And out of another 50 or whatever it is dives I did, I found 2 more specimens. Now, at that point, you would think we fulfilled our obligation to what it was. It was you find something.
Well, he said, if you find a tusk, I'll have you on.
Don't give him a fucking way out.
No, but we found a piece of tusk, so that's
Yeah.
what it is.
He didn't see the size.
And it's
I'm just
ivory.
letting you know exactly what his words were.
No, I mean,
and we found a piece of tusk.
So, yeah, I get this
You
right.
guys found something and then confirmed that it was a piece
Yes.
of a tusk?
Right, yes.
We confirmed every sample we've recovered. We've confirmed, and even the last one we found, which was a steep bison tibia bone, I presented it on my social media platform. I said, Joe, because you made this happen. Without you, we wouldn't have had this amazing experience, this amazing adventure. We want to gift this one to you for your museum.
And then the last time they talked about us on a podcast, he said to like a different guest, he was like, "Look," and he shows a picture of us holding it. He's like, "Look, these guys want to gift it to me," and he was excited about it. Like he acted like he was going to have us on soon, kind of thing.
Follows me on Instagram.
Damn.
Doesn't
And I get it.
call me back.
I get it. He's busy and everything else, but
he's booked. Like
if
he
you
always
have
talks
the guest,
about.
if you have the same guest on more than once and then don't have us on,
That's fucked
Then
up.
you
that's
get
like,
pissed off,
and I'm not
yeah.
talking about regular people either, like his friends, the comedian
Yeah.
friends. That's one thing. You're hanging out together already.
Yeah, he has John Graham Hancock on twice.
I just want to smoke a cigarette. I don't have to be on the podcast. I just want to go there, sit down, smoke a cigarette, give a bone, and leave.
So you know what?
I think maybe he should have you on with John Reeves. Because then he's like,
we thought
I
that.
don't know,
Yeah,
I don't know
Then
who
he
these
had him
guys
on.
are. They
He's
could be
been on
absolute
twice,
whack
John
jobs.
Reeves.
But if I have him on with John Reeves, he'll keep him in line.
Why
John
is John
Reeves
going to keep
approves
me in
of them.
line?
Well, dude, I mean, really quick, let's try to get this good for the clip. Real quick, 1, 2, 3. So Joe Rogan said he'd have you on the podcast, then lied and didn't let you on.
Whoa, I didn't say lied. I'm just saying he didn't fulfill his obligation to his promise.
yet.
Yet.
Perfect clip. All right,
Would you like a
audio crack.
Would you like a dirty water hard seltzer?
Yeah, fuck it.
Dirty water.
Hard seltzer.
They're giving
Audio-
everybody a hard seltzer these days.
Audio crack.
They really are.
Audio crack.
I'll drink.
How do you-
I'll drink one for you, Monton.
It's been a long ass
Okay.
fucking week, boys.
I actually mailed one. You didn't get them? I mailed it to you. That's
I have not.
Oh, that's terrible.
You didn't mail them.
Check's in the mail. It's on the way.
Yo, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I got Billy so good. I got here this afternoon.
That
He
was
texted me
fucked
saying,
up,
"Where are
dude.
you?" I'm like, "I just got out of the airport in Chicago. I'm heading to the studio now." He's like, "You're in Chicago?" And he called me all frantic.
I was like, what the fuck, dude? Dude, I've had the craziest shit happen this week.
got to the
Like,
airport
shit's been
in
hitting the
Chicago.
fan.
It just landed aware.
Yeah.
But
Do you
yeah,
want to touch on what's going on with your campaign a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, basically, we're getting fucked in the courts right now.
Why?
It's crazy that because everyone appointed is connected and is part of either the Nassau County Republican Committee or part of the Nassau County Democratic Committee, and they work together. In New York, this is the weirdest things. And we're going to be we have very special guests coming on soon to this podcast to discuss the serious corruption in New York State. Stay
that's
tuned.
a bold statement you've made.
Yes, actually, it's by the time you're listening to this, I'm probably doing the interview, and it's George Santos. George Santos is coming in tomorrow morning
Wow.
to do it. Yeah, and
Didn't
we're
he get accused of a bunch of shit?
yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna hear him out. Like everyone's wrote on him how he lied. I want to hear his story of running and how they try to fuck him over and how he overcame it.
Didn't he steal funds?
Well,
Yeah, I don't know if he's someone you should be looking
yeah,
up
like
to.
that
though.
should
I'm
be your
not
role model
looking-
for running for.
And my third guest, Bernie Madoff.
yeah, I fucking look, dude. We're
Rest in
starting a
peace.
podcast.
Yeah.
We gotta do anything we can right now.
I mean, you might as well Sammy the Bull on. Like and
He comes on every podcast.
yeah,
dude. He
he's a
talks.
solid member of society.
He just fucking just he
He'll do
stitches.
anybody's podcast. Yeah, anyone's podcast.
Oh, let me Nick break that
Dude,
down.
him Sammy the Bull.
The Sammy the Bull. Write that
I
down.
mean, the problem is, I've noticed when it comes to Sammy the Bull, if you have him on your podcast, you get a lot of heat.
That's what he needs, though. He needs.
Dude,
the
I
heat.
have enemies now. I have enemies everywhere now.
I know,
Ever since I-
asbestos. That's Nassau
Asbestos.
County.
No, asbestos, like anti-asbestos people are like,
Hippos.
he's sending
Gorillas. Everyone's out to get you.
asbestos misinformationist.
Run for me. Asbestos is bullshit.
So you
All the
handed
building
in
goals.
2,000 signatures, and then like
Yeah,
the guy you're
2,400.
running against took you to court trying
Yeah.
to claim like, no, we need to look into these signatures, and then got a bunch of them
And
disqualified.
the thing is, the people on the board of elections, they're members of the Nassau County Republican Committee and members of the
Isn't that conflict of interest?
Yes, dude, and it's only legal in New York State. So it's complete conflict of interest. And like, for example, 35% of primaries in New York State are contested, meaning that there's people who go to the ballot, there's several names on it, and they vote in their primary so that they can select their party's candidate. 35%. How much do you think the national average is, and how much do you think, say, New Jersey has?
I'm going to say the national average is 41%, and New Jersey's is 13.
I'm gonna say 21% and 7%.
I forgot what the national average is, but it was 89% New Jersey, which should be like a comparative state. And then in other comparable states
No.
across
We
the
have a
U.S.
central.
Yeah. In other comparable states across the U.S., like Illinois, it's 69%. California, it's 69%. And like it's much higher in
good
every
number.
other state.
Wow.
Yeah.
Giggity.
That's why I remembered it. But it's crazy, and like it's complete lack of
Ethics?
democracy. It's a lack of letting the people choose their candidates. I mean, if I had gotten through this process, I think I would have had a chance to win a decent percentage. Nikki Quinn, New York's District 3 resident and Republican registered. Actually, I don't want
Wow, it's anonymous.
he registered to vote for me. Thank you.
Who'd you vote for?
Bill Connor.
Very nice.
He's going to write it in on the ballot.
Couldn't you wear a GoPro camera while you're getting all the signatures as proof?
So yeah, I mean literally. So they're accusing me of literally doing fraud. Like what they're accusing me in civil court. I don't even know.
Is it civil court? Is it even civil?
It's like election court. It's in the Supreme Court of Nassau County.
Ooh.
Can
I come cheer you on?
There's no cameras allowed.
Why?
Yeah. I mean, I thought this was
fucking America.
Yeah.
America. I didn't hear no bell.
I was like, I took my phone out and I was about to like shoot something in the courthouse and like put your phone away and I was like, thought this was America.
You do a really good bailiff, by the way.
Bailiff?
Yeah, you do a really good one. Yeah, you practice.
Dude, I could be a bailiff.
Yeah, he kicked Kozdik and Seiko's ass. Yeah, he's practicing. Sorry, again.
I was going through security. The security guard was like, "Yo, Billy, like, best of luck." I was like, "Thanks, bro. Like, are you voting?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Hell yeah, I'm feeling
Sign
good."
this.
I was like, "Hell yeah, walk in." I can't get any more signatures. If I had 2 more days, I think I'd be able to get all the signatures I needed. But basically, what they do is they try to disqualify as many signatures, and because they're calling it fraud, for example, if you put down Manhasset as your town. Mm-hmm. That doesn't count because there's only 4 official towns. But we knew that going in. If you put down like a acronym for Manhasset, like MH, like when you're writing your address, they throw that out. If they can't read your address, they throw it out. If they can't read your name, they throw it out. So you need to get a bunch of signatures. And we had proofed our own signatures before. We're like, oh, we definitely got enough. Mm-hmm. Put them in. But then the people on the panel, it's completely arbitrary. They can throw out whatever they want. So right now we're in court trying to fight for as many signatures as we can. And it's an ongoing process.
So they have to have a mailing address in that county.
Yes, registered as a Republican.
Have to be registered as a Republican.
Oh, you want to know the biggest bullshit? Halfway through the signature. Asbestos is just bullshit when you have to deal with it. I know there's repercussions.
I'm sorry. Continue.
I feel really bad about this asbestos.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
Because, you know.
Anyway, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
It's back to what we're looking at. Mm-hmm. So during when we were doing petitions and getting as enough signatures as we could, they changed the district lines. They gerrymandered during when we were supposed to get signatures.
So they changed the end.
Those gerrymandering fucks.
Yeah,
that needs to be a T-shirt.
They took out the whole town of Massapequa.
And that was 2,200 of my signatures.
That was like
and these same rules apply to the other guy too?
No, they don't. That's the most fucked up part.
Why don't they apply to you?
Because they did it to every candidate on the ballot except Mike LaPetrified of competition.
So he's winning. Got it.
So he's like, if we don't get out of this court appeal, but the thing is, his signatures were not put to the same standard as the rest of the candidates.
Why?
Because at the final hour, 2 random individuals who were unconnected to any organization launched lawsuits using the same notary in the same law firm to all 4 of the other candidates. And they were served us all. Oh, and this is where it gets really fucked.
How'd they serve you? You answer your name, people call you? I don't.
No, I mean, this dude, he kept ringing my doorbell. My dog was going nuts. And I kind of was like, I didn't panic, but I like was like, I'm not going out like no bitch because I
You're
thought
25 years old. You definitely panicked.
No, I panicked.
door.
I was like, the fuck, he keeps ringing my door, and I was walking in because I was running with my dog, and then he was like, are you Will Cotter? I'm like, no. I was like, fuck, they're serving me. So I called my lawyer. I'm like, yo, dude, what the fuck do I do? He's like, well, you can just answer it. And I'm like, yeah, fuck, I'll do it.
You have a bad lawyer. My lawyer would be like, denied.
No, so I went. And the thing was, he said he was a FedEx guy, so I was like, this guy's lying to me already. And then he said that and it's like some big Italian-looking dude. I was like, the mob is here to blow me up because I've been talking too much shit about the Nassau County GOP, and I don't mean to make that,
connection.
Just did. I know.
Well, if they're changing rules and they're doing all this stuff.
It's getting fucked up, and everybody's connected. And I'll tell you even worse part of how it's connected. So I pick it up.
It's worse than that?
Dude, I opened up the box because I thought, like, for some reason, I don't know why, my mom was going crazy. I thought there was something in the box that could hurt me, like a bomb or something, like to fuck
So
with
you
me.
were scared. Let's
So
go back
then
to you.
Billy gets extremely paranoid.
So
Yeah,
I pointed the box at the guy who
At the
brought
dog.
it. I know that the guy who gave me it, the guy's like, what are you doing? And the box was just filled with papers, but it was heavy because there was like a thick stack of papers.
Yeah.
And
You thought they were trying to murder you over this, like,
Just for
because
the record,
well,
election?
I talked a lot of shit. We've
yeah,
been
but
talking
just
a lot
because he's
of shit.
paranoid doesn't mean no one's trying to get him.
I mean,
that in
do
mind.
people
Yeah.
get murdered over these like local
Yes.
elections?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, dude.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Dude, fucking these guys get it. They're from New Jersey.
Yeah, dude.
Chris Christie killed how many people shutting down a bridge?
Dude, who was who was our female governor? What was her name again?
Todd Whitman.
Yeah, she gave the. Speaking of asbestos, full circle. She gave fraudulent reports of the air quality, and it was full of fucking bullshit.
Fucking asbestos.
Asbestos.
Asbestos,
Anyway,
real problem.
Yes, but people do die for local elections.
Yeah, they do. And this is a federal office.
Yeah, it's a Congress seat.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's
pretty,
not. It's a big deal.
It's $1 million seat. as
I'm
they
waiting for you
said.
to win so I can call on some fucking favors.
More than that if you play the stock market, right?
Yeah, dude,
I don't-
exactly. I mean, Tom Swazi, who's in the seat right now, made like $2 million, but I've harped on that enough. Like,
How much you gonna make?
dude, I just want to do the right thing. Like,
And what? Not give people money for asbestos? What the fuck's
no,
the right thing?
I'm gonna repeal all the asbestos laws first day.
No one gets paid. So they changed the goalpost on you,
They changed the goalpost.
and now
on
we're
it.
just taking this lying down.
No, we're fighting the courts, but like I've sort of like I got lawyers. I went to court one time, and so we went to court because we were like, okay, fuck you, Mike LaPetrie. You're gonna sue us. We're gonna sue you off the ballot because guess what, motherfucker? You don't live where you say you lived. So all of your signatures.
Oh, that's
should
some
be
hard
thrown out.
accusations.
So, but the thing
No,
is,
it's true.
it's
No, it's true. No, from Chicago.
got-
No, it's
you
true.
got-
It's
you
true
got a
because
PI
I
on
heard
his
it from
ass?
Billy. but-
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. That sounds good to me.
no,
Yeah.
I mean,
Should we call him? Let's give Michael Petrie a call. Only a bitch wouldn't answer the
I'm
phone.
trying to figure out if I can. So basically,
I can get
we
his
tried
number.
it. We tried to serve Mike LaPetrie.
How'd that work out for you? He knew the answer to his name. He knows better. He's
He
a good
did it.
lawyer.
We fucking looked for him everywhere. He couldn't find him.
Yeah.
I think he's out of the country. So if I
What,
were
is NOP did he? What the fuck?
no, so if I was him, like if I were to do this all again to like try to win, one probably would have started the process earlier,
Mm-hmm.
but we got what we thought we needed to get without the like. So a lot of the guys.
You thought you had 2,400
Yeah,
signatures.
a lot of the guys that we were advised by, like were from actually out of the state. So a lot of the stuff they're saying, like, I can't believe it's this fucked up. I can't believe it's this corrupt. This would never fly in other states. And the thing is, like, you know, Joe Cairo, the head of the Nassau County Republican Committee, his daughter is a judge in the Nassau County Supreme Court. And I was walking to court. And I was like, okay, where's my courtroom? Okay, boom, boom. Judge's quarters 2. Okay, there we go. Boom, that's my judge. Then I look at the door next to her. It's fucking Diana Cairo. It's fucking the judge of the daughter of the Nassau County Republican Committee's daughter is the judge right next door to the judge taking my case. So I'm like, all right, fuck.
That sounds like he should be reclused from the case.
Like not only, but you know, it's not like they definitely don't know each other. It's not like they're definitely not talking about the case that pertains to her father's gigantic
Come on.
fiefdom.
Am I supposed to believe they don't fucking talk?
Yeah, exactly.
I
So-
asked coworkers of mine, hey, do me a solid.
Yeah, so
They don't do that?
Yeah, so we went to court to try to get Mike LaPetrie. Nikki Quinn was there. I was in court. I was like there. I was like, oh shit, like I'm in court. This courtroom is pretty small.
Is it your first time in court?
First time in a Supreme Court of any kind, and fourth time in court.
Well, as a
most of them-
convicted felon, I can assure you it gets easier.
fourth time, most of them were traffic violations. One was a ticket that stayed a ticket. Well, it became a ticket. So we were in there talking to the judge, and we're trying to convince them, like, hey, no, this guy doesn't even say. So we were saying, like, we served him. He doesn't live at this address. We have proof. He lives in another apartment with 3 roommates out of the district. The reason he used this address was to make it look like he lived in the district. And it's not illegal to run out of the district. I'm actually currently living outside the district. My family lives in the district. So I was there.
So what is he committing that's considered fraud then?
So because he's not on all of his signatures, his address is not his residence.
Falsifying.
It's like because you have to be so exact with the address you register where to vote on all the addresses of all the signatures, like it would be pretty ridiculous if you didn't hold the same standard to the address that's on every single petition that all the signatures are on.
So he's not necessarily breaking a rule.
Yes.
You feel it should be a rule.
It should disqualify. No. It is a rule. It would disqualify all his petitions, but the judge threw the case out within the first 5 minutes because we could not serve him in person, even though his lawyer was there. They all received overnight mail They all received the
So they got certified mail and everything else.
They got
But
everything.
the judge threw it out because you couldn't personally serve.
Yes, and also I had technically had a restraining order against him, so I could not. And I filed.
You had a
per se.
restraining order against him.
So it turns out New York State, which is a good law in my opinion, if there's a restraining order ordered with the lawsuit or whatever, it goes to the top of the pile for the judge.
Yeah.
So like if there's a dangerous guy you got to keep away from, they get him away from you as soon as possible.
Gotcha.
So you can call the police and like. So I had a restraining order against the guy, not a big deal, but
I want to touch upon this. Why did you have a restraining order against him?
because they do that to get it to the top of the pile.
Fast track the case.
Okay, now I'm following, okay.
Also, it makes it harder for a single grassroots candidate to get in his car and go try to serve him himself. Like you have to have other people. You have to have a larger group. So
You want me to serve him?
no, we can't. We're fucked on that. We got our case thrown out already within
Can't
the first
appeal?
5 minutes. We didn't even. We're seeing. It's too late to do that because it's election law. Like they're trying to expedite it as fast as they can.
It sounds like they're setting you up.
So no, I mean it's totally bullshit because we could have got him thrown off the ballot. We basically we're in a Mexican standoff. We were like, hey, like
Whoa, South American standoff.
is
Central.
I think
American
no.
standoff.
So it
Central.
turns out I looked it up.
Thank you.
Mexican standoff, and people give me shit about saying Mexican standoff, not just standoff. A standoff
How
does
about
not mean
asbestos standoff?
asbestos.
Not to get off topic, you ever heard of a Canadian standoff? It's when
What's
you apologize to each other over and over again. It's crazy. Anyway, continue.
Also, so like that's where we are. So we've lost one of our cards in our deck but we have not lost all of them, and I can't talk about it. I'll get into it later. We lost that card in our deck because the judge threw it out within the first 5 minutes because we couldn't serve him for the same fact why we were challenging him off the ballot was that he does not live where he says he lives.
to serve him at.
We had a PI survey him. And PI is a strong term for having a guy just watch the house for a long time.
PI and stalking kind of run hand in hand.
Yeah, but I mean, we had to do this. I mean, they're playing dirty tricks on us. We had to do whatever we can. I didn't want to get into a legal battle. Like that's like I rather us just get on the ballot and battle it out.
This is where we
polls.
are now. What are we going to do to rectify it?
Yeah, I mean, it reflects poorly on him that like he's like, oh, I can't beat Billy football fair and square.
Yeah,
Cheating.
it's like
if he really wanted to just like win the campaign, he would go back and find like all these old podcast clips and just
Yeah.
like turn that into
I mean,
a
it would be
campaign
pretty-
like ad against Billy.
like, and also it's actually funny. Like they did all that on me, and the one thing that came back, and I was like, you need to explain this to a couple people, was I lost a bet and had to wear a Biden Harris hat as a joke on a podcast.
Yeah.
They found that and they're like, holy fuck, he's a total lib. This is a total joke. Like, and like I had to have
he's
a
the plan.
I had to have a serious meeting.
Yeah, of
No.
all the plans, Billy football is the plan.
I had to
Biden plant.
Yeah, had to have a serious meeting with a guy who like is helping out and be like, you need to give a reason why, and I had to like give them the clips to show how I lost.
Billy,
and,
we
like,
need to figure this out.
But you know
'cause
what's crazy?
you're gonna win.
No one actually has ever bought a Biden Harris hat.
I've never seen one.
The only reason you'd buy a Biden Harris hat is like losing a fantasy football bet.
Or to burn it.
Yeah, or to like
Just start your fireplace.
I just saw that video from a campus where half the crowd is like, American flags rooting for one side of this, the stuff that's going on campuses right now. And they're chanting, fuck Joe Biden. The other side, who are all like with crazy headdresses to cover their face because they're like taking over houses like in the schools, are also chanting, fuck Joe Biden. So you have these two groups of protesters chanting "fuck Joe Biden." So me wearing a Biden Harris hat,
far left and far right on college campuses,
and
are
all
like,
NASCAR
"Fuck Joe
fans
Biden."
are chanting "fuck Joe Biden."
let's
Yeah.
go, Brad. I mean,
It's a tough spot to be in.
like,
Yeah.
how is this guy gonna win? And
I really was relying on you winning this. I've broken multiple traffic infractions in Nassau County.
I can't help. Oh,
Like a lot. And I thought you were going to help me out. Now I got to pay tickets. Thanks.
Yeah.
this is good. This is.
Is it
crisp.
really good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like.
I wish you were here, Donnie.
I feel like I'm at the orchard.
Billy, though, like Portnoy tried to warn you because that's when he ran for mayor. He got screwed on the signatures too. So it's like, did you at least try to get a lot more than
Yes.
you need? Like
So-
knowing they would try to throw out as many as they could?
We were shooting for over 2,000. We wanted to get 3,500. Like that's like we were like, if we get this, there's no way we can get off the ballot.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If you had to gather signatures, and let's say hypothetically you're going door to door, right?
Right.
And you took the next step and you printed out an Excel spreadsheet, right, with the address the way it's supposed to be, right, and the resident's name printed, and then a line to sign, so it's all ready for them.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm ready for you, bro. You're my guy. Oh, sign right here. You're number 73. And they sign. Is that a way to eliminate them executing and saying you can't do this?
That would be a perfect way to do it.
Or video.
It's a little video doesn't count. The whole process is archaic, and we need to update it. And that's something I want to
So
shed light
they
on.
make the whole process so
You know how many
someone
signatures-
can cheat better than the other person.
Because
If you ain't cheating, you
How
ain't
many
trying.
how many do you need?
right, we're in the process. We're fighting for like.
We know
Right
any
now you're in the hanging
We know
Chad
any union
stage.
halls out there?
We look
Any
we're-
local guys?
No, but
The unions were corrupt than the fucking politicians.
I mean, basically, but where was I getting with this? That could be coercion. They might throw that out because it's like, well, they didn't actually write anything, and also they can say the signatures are illegible, which is the biggest BS because they're like, it doesn't match up to what they put.
So who's the one who's examining it? What's their
This
credentials?
this board of people appointed by both parties.
and all of a sudden, these board members, like, they're scientific research on
yeah,
signatures?
well, I guess,
It's who's
but
getting cut kickbacks more.
yeah,
Yeah, who didn't you pay? Did you miss somebody?
we only raised $75K, which was pretty good, honestly.
First of all, 75K.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
But like I'm seeing what I'm at the urinal pocket watching and seeing what the other guys raised. Like one guy's got $500,000. Like Mike LaPetrie had $52 though. Someone should investigate that. He only raised $52. Who the fuck's doing his shit? And
You got a little anger.
The mob.
yeah, I mean like
You think it's the mob up there in Nassau County?
Joe Cairo spent $500,000 at King Umberto's in the past 3 years.
And Santos took it.
That's more than $5,000 a week for 3 years. I'm pretty sure.
At where?
At King Umberto's, which is like an Italian place. I should go hang out there. Maybe I'll get elected next time.
That sounds pretty
So
shady.
he spent. Yo,
Yeah.
on the real, right? I had a job.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm not gonna say who it was for. Well, I was hired to deliver ice. Okay, that's my job, deliver ice. I never really deliver any fucking ice, and they gave me a cooler with one bag of ice, right? And I had to bring it to an Italian restaurant, and deliver ice. They had a fucking full ice machine, like a industrial ice machine. I'd walk in, I hand the guy the one bag of ice. He handed me a fat envelope, and that was my day's work.
Do you think there was something in that bag of ice?
No, I
should've.
think they were giving money to somebody, and that's how they did it. They sold a bag of ice for like $5,000.
You'd give the envelope
One bag of
back.
ice.
It was ice
You
from
know, I
the-
handed it to my boss.
Okay, I thought you kept the envelope,
no,
but I was
I'm brave,
I was like,
I'm
I should have
stupid.
called you before this.
No, but I'm saying the point of the story is some of these little mom and pop Italian joints.
Oh, absolutely, cash only. Like
Yeah.
they make the best food, but there's this place in Hoboken. Actually, I don't want to.
No joking.
I don't want to throw them.
Why? Because they didn't pay you?
No,
This
because
is
they
unsanctioned,
make
crazy
such
podcast.
good steak sandwiches, but I just know that something's going.
And when he goes there, he doesn't have the line to be out the door either.
Yeah,
The smart
true.
move.
I actually took you guys there. Remember we were in Hoboken?
You didn't buy me fucking lunch.
No,
Yeah.
did we go to?
No.
No.
Now we're going to. You
Yeah,
bought me
actually,
beer.
Yes.
You didn't buy me lunch.
Damn.
I know.
I should have brought you there. I'm not gonna. I've actually
We're
talked
doing
about
later.
the steaks.
We're doing later. I'll drive you home.
I mean, it's a little late. It's not. They don't. They're never open too. But they're
I
cash
might as well
only.
fly to Chicago, hang out with Donnie.
Yeah. Oh no, dude.
I'll be out there in July, Donnie.
All right, let's
When are
go.
you coming back to New York?
Yeah, I haven't been back to New York since I moved out here.
Oh, you're permanent out there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice. Now,
Hi.
do you love it?
I do so far. Yeah, I'm
Nice.
enjoying it.
How's marriage treating you?
How's the what?
The marriage treating you? Being married.
No complaints so far.
Right on.
It's still early though. We'll see how it goes.
still
But yeah,
time.
no.
There's still time.
I'm happy I found the tusk piece after you got married. I was really happy about that.
I don't know. I think people make like too big of a deal of marriage because if we were together for 6 years before getting married, so not like a lot changes after you officially tie the knot. I think
Actually
just your
does.
entire life changes
Yeah.
the moment you have kids.
You have nicer silverware. after you get
No, I
married.
think when you get married, you bet half your shit you won't fuck somebody else. That's what that means.
Okay.
That's what I interpret it as. I will bet
Yeah.
half of my belongings that I won't fuck your friend. Like, that's all it comes down to.
Write that down.
Yeah, jot that down, buddy. You're right, though. Kids change a lot of things. They do. I have 5 kids. Billy, please. I've never asked anything of you.
What?
I've not asked you a
Don't-
single thing.
Don't say it.
I need to go to your bachelor party.
Okay, we can
Others
deal
say
with
what's
that.
All right.
We can deal with that.
You thought he was going to say wedding, and you're like,
No,
I
so
don't
many
know if I
Nah,
can
I asked you to
No,
go. And you
no,
told me
no.
fuck off.
No. The wedding thing. We can
Bachelor
figure
party's
that out.
doable.
That's
I can't talk. But
Plus, you want the dirty water boys at the
yeah, dude. Actually,
at the bachelor party.
bachelor party is gonna be.
Obviously,
sick.
you know we know how to hang.
Yeah, dude,
obviously.
I know.
You know you can name your bachelor party crack horse.
Wow.
Just saying, we filmed the whole
Dude,
thing.
I'm gonna be
Wow.
honest. My idea of a bachelor party is probably pretty tame.
That's your big comeback.
Do you know what my bachelor party was?
That's his big
What?
comeback. A
An
massive
8-ball
bachelor
and
party.
Uno. Three
Oh,
guys,
that-
an 8-ball, and played Uno.
That's dope.
We had a great time.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a great time. I loved it. I was
Did
like,
it get-
2 or 4, motherfucker. Like, it was intense.
Yeah. So I mean, no one clip that. Don't be assholes. Be chill about it.
Don't be
Um,
assholes.
It's even more fucked up if you get fired when everyone who knows that fires you. No, kidding. Keep going.
I don't feel like you're
maybe we'll
kidding.
cut that. Maybe we'll cut
I feel
that.
like there's some anger.
I
behind those eyes.
smell a rough and rowdy
no,
coming.
no, it's just like you
I'm
just
saying it.
kind of a big
Yeah.
financial hit there too, like going in. So like, we're,
So,
we're
you're telling me there's certain people in this world knew you were getting engaged or planning on, or you did,
yeah,
and they were like, "Oh, really? Let me take away your income."
yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah.
still
I mean,
being paid.
I'm still being paid. I'm still being paid in some
And-
respects.
yeah.
Wonton's doing everything in his power to make sure that stays that
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
Get paid.
yeah. So you
And
know,
hey, Billy's one hell of a blogger too. So,
I
you know,
just
as long as
gotta-
you keep on pumping
I
out
gotta
some
keep
blogs,
pumping out some
you-
blogs.
You blog?
Yeah, blog. I blog today.
Even when
I'm
you
blog-
were like, what
blogging
the
right
fuck
now.
is he saying? It's still entertaining. Always entertaining. That's what the people want.
No. Getting back to prehistoric megafauna.
Oh yeah. Well,
I
not
wasn't talking about that.
getting back to it, but yeah. Well, for sure. We talked about the river, but now do you want to just like go deep into the world of prehistoric megafauna?
I want to know, were you guys studying the skeletons of these so that you recognized what you may be looking
We
at?
had people for that.
I had people with that, but funny you should say that. So we had what's their names? Diesel Brothers come out with us, right?
Yeah.
And I did the first real dive that day. We were over by 56th Street, and I go to bottom. I hit around 64 feet, and I found something. And I'm like, this is a bone. I'm positive.
And when he kept bringing topside, I kept saying, this looks like a hip socket or some sort of like ball joint socket.
So we're looking at it, and one of the Diesel Brothers hits it with a hammer because like it's concrete, whatever. 3 months later, John Reed's post a hip of a help me out here.
Saber-tooth tiger, maybe?
No, it was a
Sure.
mammoth hip,
A baby mammoth?
Okay.
and that's what we found.
Mastodon hip.
It looked
Yeah, and that's what it was.
identical.
Identical. And now I'm doing like heavy research on bones before, because we put a stop to the hunt, because I dumped like 42 grand into it.
Yeah, dude.
A little pricey.
And we figured maybe we get on Rogan, we can recoup some of
Yeah.
that money with sponsors.
No.
It's an
and stuff like
investment.
that.
It's an investment.
Billy's campaign funds can actually pay that off now.
Thanks, Billy.
Wow.
No, wait, I mean,
Santos will teach you how to do it.
you know what's
Yeah.
like draining my
Thanks, Billy.
dude? You know what would actually be a great scheme? I should have my campaign
Don't leave with Steve.
sponsored. No, because I had to read so much about campaign finance laws because I really don't want to break it. But it would be crazy if I sponsored this podcast by my election campaign and then just paid myself that money.
That's how they all do it. So,
That's
yeah.
what they do that with all sorts of stuff.
I
in
think
back.
you want to make real money, you should open an Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
That's where
Cash
it's at.
only.
First, I got to
Cash
be
only.
Italian.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Well,
But so
that's what the
bones that
Albanians
you
do.
found, you guys were actually sending into a lab, right?
Yeah. So we
Get-
one of our
Get tested or something?
so one of our crew members is an archaeologist. She was at college for her, got her doctorate and all that good stuff, and she ended up becoming a diver because she likes making money, not digging the dirt for free. So Michelle Beckenhorn sent it out to her friends, and they all looked at it, and they all gave us the same answer. So it was,
Okay.
and then John gave us fair warning. John Reeds, he's like, listen, be careful who you give them to, because all of these people want to get published and want to do these things for the museum and want grant money. They'll do anything in their power to debunk you. So we were real selective on who we let touch it, and you guys got to see it because I trust you, not so much.
Yeah.
Not so much you. But it was just, I don't really let everyone just touch my bone like that. So I
Yeah.
had one paleontologist and one archaeologist to look at it.
Plus John Reeves, who's seen hundreds of thousands of bone specimens. The second he saw it, he told you exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Now I would love to be able to tell Rogan what it was,
and
Yeah.
give him his present.
but he won't call me back. I feel like a pissed off girlfriend now. Like I won't be ignored.
I mean, I'm gonna, just to play devil's advocate, just because.
Don't you do it, Billy.
I'm
Don't you
I'm-
do it.
All right, steel
I
man
think
me. Steel
I'm
man
gonna,
me.
yeah. I've been listening to some Rogan. I'm gonna steel man you this. Maybe he has 2 lists. He has a waiting list of like, guys he wants to do, then waiting list of like
Say that again, Audiocraic.
and this-
guys he wants to
do, then guys that he has to do.
And we're on the Jerry's list.
And
list.
you're like
Jerry's
you're
list.
like it's like, okay, we'll do 3 and 1, 3 and 1,
It's
and
been a
you're
year.
getting in the schedule.
He's had
Well,
John
he says-
on again.
Yeah.
He said he's booked 2 years out, from what I've heard.
So call me.
That's bullshit because he has certain people on multiple times
Yeah, they're not booked 2 years.
that they're
out.
not booked. There's no way people live in town.
Look at Oliver, who's the country singer? That had the song.
Yeah, I don't think he would be booked
Oh,
2 years out because
oh.
he has on people that are pretty current sometimes.
Yeah.
Where it's like
Like the
he doesn't
Mexican
know-
OT.
So that's what
and
I'm saying. It's not like
Oliver.
the need to have him on
He said 3 to 1.
ASAP.
I get the 3 to 1.
Yeah, it's
I
like
get the concept.
ASAP list, and then like okay, we these guys can wait because
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
can't
but
wait.
where I come from, and he comes from the same place we come from,
Yeah.
North Jersey. When you make a promise,
You make a
you
promise.
keep your promise, especially on a national podcast like that, the #1 podcast in the world.
Whoa, we are on the #1 podcast in the world right now.
we're on the #1,
Bow, bow, bow.
as in like this is probably the newest podcast ever, probably, because it's
There's one like every other minute popping
I
up.
know, fuck.
Every
we
jerk
should've-
over the
we
garage
should've
and a
said
microphone.
that. We should have said that like an hour ago when we started.
Maybe
Sorry,
maybe
now.
that should be your shtick.
Maybe he's worried that you're like friends with his dad. I don't know if you saw that clip, but his like
I know.
so-called
Yeah.
dad posted. and
I
he
know
was
his.
like,
I know his family
"Oh, this
is.
is my son, and he won't even talk to me. Yo, you're a fraud." And then like all of the other people in his family, they were like the most Jersey people ever.
Oh, they know.
Some
oh,
of
you
his
know-
family live in North Arlington.
Oh,
still.
just no. This
Yeah.
would maybe just be like, we're not going to talk about your family. We just want to talk about the.
I don't even know where the fuck his family's from.
Yeah,
So-
it could have been a.
I just want to smoke a cigarette on the podcast. That's all I want.
Fuck. Do you want to?
We want
No,
no.
no,
I
don't,
want-
don't.
I
don't.
want to hear.
I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble. Look, like this, they like, for example, Dave Portnoy might listen to this podcast and be like, "What the fuck is that? Is this part of our thing?" He's like, "Well, they're using Barstool resources. We only used just the room and a little bit of tech help. Nikki Quinn is not employed. By
I brought my own
Barstool."
liquor.
Yeah. So hopefully they allow us to keep doing this.
Dave loves small business, so
Yes.
he likes helping out. He'll be fine.
Okay.
I mean, you can always come to our studio.
So how
We'll
does
kick
this?
you out.
Yeah, yeah. I
You're more than
might.
welcome. Yeah, you come on.
Will you
over.
charge me if I? If
Nah,
I
I don't. We're like family. You're like half fraternity cousin. It's cool.
Oh, right.
So how do you like get your own hard seltzer?
I didn't get my own. Someone brought it to me.
So they're just like, can we
And
use
that's
your
just a
name?
prototype.
No, they launched the first.
Really?
Yeah, they're in a whole bunch of local bars in New York City.
Dude, I would have loved. Oh, they are.
Yeah.
That's so. If I was, I want to do a Billy beer, but
wouldn't buy it.
fucking what's his face, the fucking peanut farmer president's brother, fucking did Billy beer.
I would buy maybe a Donnie juice. I'd buy that.
Huh.
Yeah.
Who is
Crab
the
or
peanut?
goon flavor?
Oh,
Yeah,
Carter.
Carter,
Yeah.
yeah, Billy Carter.
Oh, he has a beer.
Yeah, he has a beer, Billy beer. I was like, I actually found a Billy beer can in the woods once, and it was in college, and I was like, holy
We're
shit,
doing in the woods, bud.
dude. Why
Oh,
would-
he
have you-
loves the woods.
I'm a big.
So I
woods
bury all
guy.
my girlfriends.
No, I like
huge woods
hiking.
guy.
I like hiking.
Do you?
Yeah, it's like it's chill as fuck out there.
All right.
Look, we do. I spend a lot of time on the internet. I like to get far as fuck away from the internet, and like,
Chill as fuck out there.
yeah, it's just.
I
like-
need to get in the
Patagonia.
woods. There's not a
Chill as
lot of good
fuck.
woods
Do
in
you go-
Chicago.
There's not.
They have a great lake. I'm going to spend a lot of time on the lake this summer, but
I heard it's really great.
not a lot of woods. You
It's-
you leave Chicago, it's just flat plains.
So I actually was like, dude, I like to get to the woods as much as I can. It's easier to get to the woods in New York City than it is in Chicago
Yeah.
because there's more suburbs around the city.
Go to Yonkers. There's woods.
Yeah, there's woods in Yonkers. Yeah.
Do you like to macrodose in the woods?
Hey, prick.
Dude, I fucking.
I do.
Dude,
I don't know about Billy.
yeah, you know, I'm
Dude.
still this.
I never did mushrooms, right? I'm not a big hallucinogenic guy. I like to,
Me either.
God-fearing white man drugs like cocaine and crystal meth.
Yeah,
And
uppers.
of course, right?
Well,
Yeah,
Alrighty.
it's just like.
So I got a little older in life, and the girl I was dating at the time was like, "We should do mushrooms," and I was like, "Oh no, it's scary. I don't want to do mushrooms." I went in the woods, bro, and I did mushrooms. And I'll tell you, best experience of my life. Absolute, hands down, best day of my life.
So I
You should
never.
do it. You want to go do it with me?
Yeah, I'm game.
Dude, I'm
Nice.
down. I'm
You're in the
down.
woods. You
I'm,
gotta come here.
I'm in New
Dude,
York.
do you want to go camping?
Wow.
Yes.
And we'll make a
the
video.
four of us
Absolutely.
doing
Dude, that'd
mushrooms in
be
the
sick.
woods
Let's go.
on
Let's
a
go
live
looking
podcast.
for fucking Bigfoot.
Well, actually,
that's
so
not
I'm
get
trying
crazy.
to get this like streaming backpack, so then you can do live streams even if you're not hooked up to the Wi-Fi somewhere.
Oh, sick.
So I think it'd be great to use for like we could literally just like stream a 12-hour camping trip.
That would be dope.
Oh my lord, where are we gonna go?
I got a spot that's like that would be good.
What's the spot? Tell me.
It's a spot.
I want to know it. Is
It's
it
a
like a state park?
No, it's private It's private land. So
I
we
can
can
do
have a
all
little
kinds
more
of
fun.
I can
Yeah,
blow
yeah.
up 20 tons
Dude,
of
we
tannerite.
can get some tannerite. Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, I was like,
Tannerite?
tannerite.
Fuck around tannerite.
Dude.
All right, so we're gonna do mushrooms and blow up tannerite in the woods.
So I'm a little bit of a. I don't like to trip. I like to take just enough to like get the vibe,
What
but
the
still
fuck?
be in
I want to have
control.
a conversation with the devil.
No, dude. I took. So when I ran that.
Don, are
half
you down for
marathon-
that?
Having a conversation with
the devil?
The
the devil? I'm
Yeah.
not down for that.
Dude,
I'm down for a camping trip.
All right.
I wouldn't. If the devil wants to come on the
Maybe you should have
podcast,
devil in the microphone.
Wow.
if he wants to come on the
just
podcast,
heard
he
it.
can come on the podcast. The devil.
You're taking any guess
Like,
now.
look, we're like George Santos might be the devil.
My
Well,
next
no,
guest, Lucifer.
Someone I would love to see on the pod, Billy, is Hard Strap Geezer, the guy that
I'm-
ran
dude, I'm-
the
I've been-
length of Africa.
I tried to get him. So
Wow.
you know what's crazy? And honestly, this is once I was like, okay, I have to start my own podcast. I got excited about it because I almost got Zac Bryan on Part of My Take how many years? 4 or 3 years ago. Before when he had Going South, I was a huge fan of his. First fan, and I used to be the biggest fan at Barstool, but then he started dating my coworker. So I guess I can't be the biggest fan anymore. I'm the second biggest fan. So I met him during COVID. He canceled his show at Webster Hall, and he was like pop-up concert, and I was like, "Fuck, it's at a bar. Oh, I'm going to this." So I went there, met him, and we were talking, and I was like telling these guys on Part of My Take, "Yo, get Zac Bryan on. Get Zac Bryan on. I'm trying to get him they were like, who? Like, and I was like, this guy's about to be the biggest star of our generation. And we missed him. He ended up, and by the time, like, they were like, okay, he's huge. Like, let's get him on the podcast. He was like, no, dude, I'm just waiting to do Rogan. And I was like, fuck. And I was trying to get him on Macrodosing, and we almost had him, but
So what you're saying
he's
is
busy.
you want to get Zac Bryan on here?
Not on. I think he hasn't even done Brianna's podcast, so like, I don't know what he wants. Like, no pressure.
What if we can get him?
We could. But the reason I'm saying that is I've been trying to get the hardest geezer on Macrodosing. I've been trying to get so many people on.
You're doing it all wrong, buddy. You're doing it all wrong.
Well, now I can. Now, I'm the guy who stamps a yes. So whoever, like,
Let me
we can
invite
get
people
them
on for you.
Yeah. If you guys got ideas, I'm open to ideas,
Done.
and more ideas are good ideas. I'm not
Let's
like
not get crazy.
no. I'm not going to be shooting down ideas in this podcast. Any idea
So let's go
is
camping.
good, better
We'll have
than
a
no
think
camping.
tank.
Yes.
Do 12 hours in the woods. We'll wear togas or whatever, loincloths. Really feel nature, and just
Yeah.
get down to the roots of the podcast.
Yeah.
I like that.
Sweet.
There's a guy who just ran the Forrest Gump run.
Oh.
Like the whole thing
What's
Forrest
his,
Gump
what's his
did.
name? What's his name?
I don't know. I just saw it on Instagram the other day.
Across
in-
America?
Yeah, he
Forrest
ran. He ran the exact route Forrest Gump ran in the movie. Like
Yeah, but did he start wearing leg braces? If he didn't, he's a bitch.
When he
don't
began,
think so.
only when he
Yeah.
was little.
Yeah, he's little.
But I'll find that guy because, dude, everyone has a story. And I started this thing called Billy's List about guys who like do cool
Are
things.
you like a
and
serial
silly-
killer?
No, it's just dudes. It's just a bunch of dudes who have a skill in like a certain thing. And I like, I like, I'm not trying to like make myself sound cool or anything, but I like to hear about stuff that everybody's doing because everyone, like, no matter what you're doing and what you're skilled in, what you're interested in, there's something cool about doing that. Like, you got diving. Like, we've had, I don't have as many questions today because I've asked you so many questions in the past about it. Like,
I'm gonna bring a fluffer onto your podcast.
Would you,
can be
would
like,
you have
"This
an
is a cool
accountant on,
job."
though?
I'd
Just
have
to
an
talk about
accountant
his
on.
job working in
I
accounting.
bet I could have an accountant on and we'll find out something cool
If it's
about
Ben
accounting.
Affleck, it's gonna be a great.
Like
podcast.
think about taxes. Like, what are the cool, like, what's the weirdest shit you do to help people like save money on taxes and fucked up shit? Like, what does the IRS not look at?
they're first of all,
there's-
taxes as a whole are just fucked.
Yeah, dude.
Asbestos
The weirdest
care.
shit is that they don't teach you how to do taxes in high school
That's-
or college.
That's crazy,
Like,
right?
I was
So you-
shocked when I was like, all of a sudden, my dad was like, "Hey, have you done your taxes yet?" And I was like, "Wait,
what
I
are
have
taxes?
to do taxes? I don't even know what that means." Well, I obviously knew what it meant, but I didn't like have any
I still
any
know how to
idea
do
of
it.
how to do it.
I became a volunteer income tax assistant for that exact same reason.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Because
Who volunteers to do volunteer income tax?
because I needed to graduate, but also I was able to do my own taxes, and it's been the great, like,
There's TurboTax.
It's
You do your own
probably-
taxes.
even though I talk about a lot of random shit that some of it I learned in college in a liberal arts school, that has helped me the most, like, utilitarianly, like knowing how to do taxes. I do a lot of my friends' taxes.
You help me out? Well,
Yeah.
help me out.
Well, I mean, just let's talk about your income streams and like
Let's talk about
we
it.
gotta massage some things there. Hope you won't get audited.
I love a good massage from Billy.
Yeah.
I'm really just
It's gonna end up
fuck taxes.
happy ending.
I'm so excited about this camping trip. Can we really put this on the books? Can
Well,
this really happen?
We could make this a thing.
I'm down for camping. Let's
have a safe
wait till we
spot.
have the setup to
Yeah.
do like a live stream.
Yo, you
but
know what? Let's camp.
Magnolia?
I know
I'm
where
all
we're
in.
camping.
Are we
I
gonna
had a,
have everyone in the same tent?
we'll
Four
figure it out.
dudes, one tent.
So
That's the end of the podcast.
actually-
4 dudes, one tent.
I had a plan to go camping with another podcast, and we never did it. And I had it all planned out for what we were going to do, but we just never executed. We're going camping. We're fucking going camping. We're doing shit here
Are
because
you
doing shit
insinuating
is
other
fun.
podcasts don't do shit?
No,
That's what I felt. You meant
They
that.
macro procrastinate.
That's what you did that.
you guys said, look, we're
That's right, I
just gonna
said
do
it.
fun
Yeah,
shit.
I'm shooting shots. I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck. I have nothing to lose.
They're not
I
my.
have
They're not
nothing
my
to
daddies.
Yeah.
Barstool doesn't pay me yet. They're not my daddies.
Way to put it in the ether.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, by the way, have you heard like I've been looking into this recently. So Conor McGregor talks about it a lot, but actually reinforcing like saying things into the universe. And
Big penis. Big penis. Big
the
penis.
Conor
CIA
McGregor's he's the first person you think of like
for manifestation.
To get
that's
solid
like
advice from.
manifestation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you
That's
imagine
like-
it in his mirror? Douchebag in a
That-
movie.
He's like
Douchebag in
a
movie.
full
Conor
consider it
McGregor is not
happened.
who I think of when I think of
No.
manifestation. I think of like some basic chick like on a podcast.
No,
being
dude.
like, you just need to manifest.
No, Conor
That's really
McGregor. Conor McGregor manifesting convinced me because he's just like, I'm gonna hit him with the left when he comes in, then I'll hit him with the right and put him down, and then he like says this all in an
You
interview.
practice that accent, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, I just,
It's
It's crack.
I've just been. It's
crack.
crap.
All right.
It's good crack.
a lot of
I've been-
it
I've been
like
doing a lot
comes
of
from this
crack.
book called The Secret, and like
Yeah.
and The Secret is all about just like believing what will happen, like
Like it's already
envisioning
happened
what
already.
you want
yeah.
your life to be, and then it will like happen. I believe that to an extent, but you actually have to do stuff. You actually have to work towards that goal. You can't just be like, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen if I just like dream about it all day.
Yeah, but if you say it, you're more likely to do it.
Yes.
Like
So you sit in the mirror going, do my taxes. Do my
do my
taxes.
taxes. Do my taxes. Then you're like,
I
I
got my
haven't.
taxes.
You don't forget about doing your taxes. You're like, okay, taxes will be done.
Taxes are done because you put it in
Yeah.
the ether.
And I'm in jail.
Yeah.
I should have never done my taxes.
I make
Aw.
fun of manifesting, but have you ever listened to Rob Deercheck's podcast about manifesting?
Deer deck?
Yeah, the
Yeah, the skater.
skateboarder? It's actually pretty
Yeah.
good. I actually
Yeah.
like
He
the
also
podcast.
lives his life to the minute, to the second. He's everything planned out.
Oh, he's like a Mark Wahlberg.
Literally, like exactly.
Yeah.
He was doing it before Mark, probably.
Oh, I mean, he's a
Well, I don't
pretty
know about that,
successful
but-
guy.
He's really
Yeah.
successful.
It's crazy how like he's a lot of these like guys who are like laid back showing are like super fucking
Meanwhile, you were really laid back showing, but you're wound the fuck up like a top.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're like projecting.
Yeah, you're like reverse.
What did we learn here today? Do not open doors for weird guys.
What?
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 He got served.
Oh, when I got served.
Oh, he got served.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
No,
I'm
I-
disappointed all three of you have no idea what I was talking about.
Yeah, well,
weird guys with very heavy boxes.
Yeah. He's like, hey.
I love a good
I,
box.
William?
the reason it freaked me out was because it was a box. You would think if you were getting served papers, it would be an envelope.
Ace Ventura
That-
brought
that's-
a
They
dog to the
mind
door.
fucked you. They mind fucked
That's
you.
that's why I was like, what the fuck's in the box?
Yeah. So what was in the box? You opened the
A
box and it's
so
just
it
like
Gwyneth
a piece of paper?
Paltrow's head. It was
So
crazy.
it was a signature for every page, analyzing what was fucked up about it, the resources they poured into going after all the other candidates, it would be impossible to do an actual serious grassroots campaign in New York State under these laws and under these things. And I hope to just, if anything comes out of this, I hope to show that. And we need to lower the cost of living and stop the inflation, lower the debt. They're selling the next generation down the river.
I'm not sure about New York
And
State.
dudes have to be able to buy houses. That's part of the
That's
reason
true.
I moved to Chicago. It's like, here I could actually consider buying a house. I think like my lease is up in October. I might buy here. In New York, I would never like be able to buy
New
a
York's
house that I would want to
District
live in.
3, the
I
houses.
looked a lot into buying a home. I looked into a lot of what it takes to buy a home, and then I got sidetracked to what squatter laws are.
Yes.
And you don't gotta buy shit.
Promising.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's
Yeah, you
fucked
just
up.
hang out and take his mind now.
It's an actual possibility that you could take someone's home.
Think of all the homes that banks own that no one's occupying right now. There's a lot of them.
I'm political answer: no squatting ever.
It's easy. You just a house for sale. If it's empty, you go in.
Well, yeah, I was hearing a story of someone who came back to their house and like, yeah, maybe they had been gone like a year, but someone had been squatting in it, and like now they can't get that person to leave, and like
Dude.
the courts are like siding with the person who was just squatting in their house.
You get like why like renters write stuff like, oh, the landlord is telling me to get out right now. He didn't give me my 6 weeks notice. He has the lease. I don't have a copy of the lease because he didn't give me one. Like, I get that's what they're trying to prevent, but like people take advantage of. Be like, I don't have a lease and documents showing I'm here because they never gave it to me and I needed a place to live.
I had that in my one apartment. They didn't give me a lease. I needed to put utilities in my name, and the utility company said, hey, listen, that address has a $4,000 debt on it. You need a copy of your lease to show when you moved in. So I called my landlord. He told me, tell them you have kids. They'll give you power. So I never could get power in my name there.
Oh, my God.
So I lived there for a year and never paid power.
I do have a question about.
So wait, last
Go ahead.
fucked up squatter story. A guy I went to college with, mother got killed by squatters in New York City because his grandmother.
That's your last story? That horrible fucking
No,
story?
it's fucked up. Squatters are fucked up. Fuck squatters. Like
Wow.
it's gotten way out of control in New York State.
Hashtag fuck squad.
He hates squatters more than asbestos.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
you love doing squats, Billy. That's like the
That's
exercise
so
you do the
weird.
most, right?
I do squat a lot in my
Do you like
apartment.
to feel the deep burn?
Dude, it's just so anabolic. It is like doing a drug. Like
No, it's not. Do you ever do a hard drug? It's nothing like fucking
No,
squatting.
he's clean.
I,
It's
Just
clean
does
drug.
squats. I mean, I
I-
hate squats. It's the hardest.
Because
I've
you've had
seen
real
you.
drugs, Donnie. You know
No.
real good stuff.
I'm telling you,
feels like.
you buzz like you're
No,
off
you don't.
you buzz like you're off of a stimulant after you do squats.
Bullshit.
Yeah, you like get a euphoric feeling. You get like,
You ever notice you do these things and they'll say it's like being on this, right?
why not do that?
Because that's so good. They have to compare it to something so amazing.
The
Yeah, but in
reason
his
why I
fairness,
think-
there's no come down.
There's no come down. Yeah,
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
soreness.
the soreness, but like that's like good soreness. It feels good. Like when you're
Yeah.
in bed at night, you're like, oh,
It's like
it
drinking
makes
an ice cold Coke out of the fridge and it hurts.
No, I know. I mean, yeah.
Am I the only one?
Throat.
Am I the only one?
Yeah, I love that feeling.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say I hate squats. It's so hard for me to do. Like my legs are built the wrong way. I don't know, but yeah, if I do pump some out, it does feel good. Isn't it like
I've
the
never been
most?
sore and been
it
like,
like-
yeah.
It like activates the most muscles of any exercise.
But honestly, I mean, you work for a living.
I
Like,
did real
yeah.
alpha male shit the
Yeah.
other day. I was cutting a pier up that caught
Yeah.
on fire in New York State, and I was demoing it.
Uh-huh.
And I was running a chainsaw. My forearms are on fire right now. And at no point during this amazing first edition of your podcast did I say, man, what a good burn. Never.
Yeah, no, dude. I
It
mean,
fucking hurts.
No, I don't work with my body enough, and that's why I have
Do
to
you
work
want
out
to?
so much. I
Do
secretly,
you want to use your body?
like secretly, I'm such a pussy. My grandfather, like,
I
was
don't
a
think it's a secret.
Yeah, like I know. I'm literally like sitting there like typing blogs, being like my ancestors have done such way cooler shit than I'm doing
Yeah,
right now.
but you knocked out Jose Canseco.
No, that's why I feel like that's why I have to go do that type of shit because I feel so insecure.
And you could
about
knock
my-
out some other professional athlete. I'm not going to say his name right
No,
now. I didn't say his name.
What was his name?
I'm joking.
You know who you should really challenge to a fight?
He goes, no.
Logan Paul.
He would just never fight me. I'm not a big name. It's like
Who cares?
Okay, I
Call him out every podcast.
Also,
Logan's
Logan
getting
Paul's
paid,
been
like,
training.
How many millions
Yeah.
per fight? I don't think
well,
Rough and Rowdy is going to pay him
Mayweather,
that
yeah.
much.
He's projected to get 150 million off this Tyson fight.
How does one get on Rough and Rowdy?
Do you want to fight in Rough Rowdy?
No, I need to put a
We
ring.
could hook you up. I
Oh
know
yeah,
the guy- I know a guy.
we can put your ringer in.
We can definitely happen.
Yeah,
Can I
Yeah.
FaceTime him right now and ask him?
yeah. Let me.
That's cool.
Yeah, he would. I mean, I don't know if he would be like a main event. And like,
No,
I
not
don't
main event,
think
but-
he would make that much money, but
Yeah.
we would
We
have
could
him
get
fight.
we could get a face.
Where's it being held this year?
It's next one's in August. I
Let me see if he's off house arrest. Hold on. Oh, is that
I
funny?
always
if
wanted to
if
do one.
tell him
We
to
have had people on house arrest fight
Yeah.
in the past. There was a guy wearing
The
an
bracelet?
ankle bracelet, I believe,
Wow.
at one of the Rough and Rowdies.
I would like to do it one year.
See if he answers.
Nick, are we still recording? Just make sure, do a double check that we
this
didn't
is the
stop
first
recording.
time.
Sweet.
While
Okay.
he's waiting for the
I'm
phone
just
call.
terrified that it's going to disappear.
I'm not sure about New York rules, but I always thought it was servers who have to serve documents to people can't be like tricking you and dressed like
Yeah,
a
they can.
FedEx. No. There's
No.
certain states. No, there's certain states with laws. Like
This guy said, he was like, you have a FedEx delivery, and it was a FedEx box. And I was like, this guy doesn't work for FedEx.
You got to look at the law for that
Yeah.
because if that's
Yo,
the case,
big bad buddy, bad news buddy. All right, I'm on Barstool Sports right now.
Technically not Barstool
Uh,
Sports.
Whatever,
You're
whatever.
on Audiocraic.
I'm
You're on
I'm
Audiocraic.
Audiocraic right now with doing a off the cuff podcast. We want to get you on Rough and Rowdy. All right. He wants to fight on it. When's the next Rough and Rowdy?
August.
August.
Can we get him?
Probably in West Virginia, but I'm not
on
sure.
Virginia? Can you get there?
We'll drive him down. I want to go to it.
All right, we'll drive him. I'll get you.
Three 1-minute rounds. Try to stay clean for the blood test.
Sanctioned.
There's a blood test. You have to be clean for. Really, is a blood test?
Yeah. Just like, it's not. They won't. They'll just pick up hard drugs, marijuana that they don't test for
No,
anymore.
marijuana doesn't count. All right, so you're good. You're good. August.
Sweet.
Perfect.
Set him up.
All right,
Tell
so-
him it's 1-minute rounds, so
It's-
just train sprint fighting.
Trust me, he's fine.
Okay, perfect. Yeah,
His name is Bad News Buddy. He's fine. He'll be okay.
we'll hook him up.
All
Just
right,
tell him to
we're
DM
gonna
me.
email you. We're gonna get you going. Talk to you later. Bye.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, it
I'm
really.
so excited. Can I be ringside?
Yeah, we can get.
Yeah.
If you're
You
part
know
of
a guy?
this,
You guys know a guy?
you know what? Actually, fuck, dude. They make you. You only have one ring side. Like you can only have one
I'll be the
guy
guy.
in your corner.
I'll be the guy.
Okay, perfect,
I'll be the guy. I'll rub his shoulders.
dude.
This is exciting. I hope he wins.
Can I bring a ring girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
I love it. No.
All right.
Fair enough.
You could fight. You
I want to.
want to fight?
Yes.
Okay, we'll we can hook that up too.
Done.
Start training but start training right now because it takes a while to break into it.
Pal, I've been training.
Okay.
We've had larger people than Danimal fight in the ring, though.
That's right.
Sweet.
And they've done all right.
Believe it or not, I'm not as I look. I can move
No,
around.
I
What
don't
does
doubt
that
it.
mean?
I have stamina. I can last, and I can move around.
The thing is,
believe
the cardiovascular impact
believe
of
it.
boxing, like the type of cardio it is, like you easily see like guys with low body fat getting knocked out by guys who like can just move and can move for
Yeah.
longer and for faster.
That's also my second plan is to knock that fucker out in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, just land it right.
Right. Exactly.
Put it on the kisser.
That's right.
Yeah.
Can you send me that audio clip of him saying, "Put it on the kisser"? Thank you. Let me get my ringtone.
Should
Pow,
we
right in the
clip that?
kisser.
Should we clip that?
I just want on
nice.
my kisser. Do
Okay,
that.
so back to prehistoric megafauna.
I didn't
Back-
realize we left.
Back to Joe Rogan not letting us on his
What-
podcast.
What? Yeah.
Let's just try to get this clip right. So Joe Rogan isn't going to let you on his podcast after he promised?
Give that to Billy.
I
Let me see
really hope he doesn't break his promise.
That's Buddy.
Oh, yeah. This is the type of guy, though.
This is what you need.
High muscle mass, but he might
fought,
gas
he fought
out.
in the octagon. Like he's you do
Okay,
cage
never
fights.
mind. He does know how to do cage fights.
Yeah.
I take that back.
He did
Nikki
ballroom
Quinn.
fights. Did them all.
Text that to Nikki Quinn. Put that in the YouTube.
So, what are your
Picture
guys'
this guy.
favorite type of prehistoric megafauna?
My favorite would be a full tusk. I want a full tusk.
Saber-toothed tiger.
That's
Smile it on.
they're not
That's
getting
like-
that.
I'm doing short-faced bear. Short-faced bear is pretty dope.
Yeah, no, we're not talking about what bone you'd like to find in the East
Oh.
River. Just what's your overall favorite species of prehistoric
Oh,
megafauna?
it's got to be the mammoth. I love the mammoth. Big fan.
Now, mastodon or mammoth?
Mammoth, North American mammoth.
Now, what are your what's the
Mammoths are coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mammoths were larger than the mastodons.
Yeah, so
And they're coming back this year.
why do people talk about the mastodon as if they're like they might be cooler?
They're not cool because they wear sunglasses at night.
Yeah.
No, I think the mammoth, like there was one type of mammoth which was hands down the largest woolly mammoth that
Colombian
existed,
mammoth?
but we don't have any of the frozen specimens.
Mhm.
So like where they think some of the like smaller mastodon mammoths that they've actually found frozen in ice, we have enough DNA to clone them.
They're
Okay.
gonna clone them so I can hunt them.
That's what they're doing now. They're inseminating elephants with the DNA.
Yeah.
And
So I think in our
supposedly, yeah.
lifetime we could see that.
Okay, so mastodons predated mammoths. Mastodon were
predated.
shorter and stockier than mammoths with shorter, straighter tusks. They were wood browsers, and their molars have pointed cones specifically adapted for eating woody browse. So like mammoths were grazers. So like the mastodons were like they were munching on harder shit. So they're just tougher.
Scratch that. I want that soundbite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Munching on harder shit.
That's right.
I think my favorite megafauna was the Glyptodon, which was the largest armadillo. It was the size of a Volkswagen Beetle.
Okay.
Shit.
And like they actually coexisted with humans for a while, and like humans would kill them, eat the meat, and then use their shell as like a shelter.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
it
they
was
look
actually
too.
large enough to like, you know, at least keep a couple people dry for the night.
Those were an ice age.
I got a phone call recently from a guy I met through all this, the bone stuff. A friend of he thought I knew a lot about the law when it comes to finding prehistoric animals, which I don't know much, but I know enough not to call the fucking authorities. A friend of his, and the state I can't discuss because they're still trying to figure out the legalities, found a bunch of turtle shells. Like an abundance of turtle shells on her property, not knowing what to do with them, and they're nowhere near anywhere a turtle should be, right? But a lot of them. So then I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. It's interesting. Maybe if I have some time, I'll come out there and look at them, and we were bullshit, whatever. They called me 2 weeks ago. Now they're still digging. They're finding dinosaur bones now.
Oh, fuck.
Like full dinosaurs. Again, not released to anybody. No one's talking about it because she doesn't want to lose her property.
Right.
Because she's not sure what the law is.
Yeah.
Because where she lives, there was a lot of Native American tribes, a lot of stuff going on in her area where she doesn't want to lose her property over it.
Yeah. Fuck.
They will take it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm guessing it was somewhere in the Western Ocean. Like, the middle of the United States used to be an ocean.
Really?
Yeah. So that's like why.
It
Like,
came up in the Gulf, right?
yeah, it came up from the Gulf. So, like, I'm
New
guessing.
Mexico, I think a lot of that was underwater.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
all receded back to the Mississippi, didn't
Yeah,
it?
basically whatever was grassland was underwater. Like, a lot of, like, desert stuff used to be underwater. Wait, fuck. Was the Gobi Desert underwater, or is it just. We gotta look that up.
They find shells and sea living creatures up in the Atlas Mountains and shit.
Holy fuck.
Yep.
Yeah, so like there's either there was waves that were miles high that crashed and brought sea level up there, or the water level was that high at one point.
I'm telling you this story because I want to know do you guys want to go out there and dig with me.
I'd be so fucking down to go.
So
do
maybe
that.
that could be our camping trip.
Wait.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yes.
A twofer.
Yes.
So when we cut, I'll discuss with you where
Yes.
it is, and or we can go to Alaska.
But dude,
Go
I'm down for.
camping.
Do you want to just go on a road trip?
We wanted to do an on-the-road podcast from here to Alaska. We wanted
Yeah,
to do
actually,
that.
John Reeves' son called me up and like this was maybe a year ago, but he really wanted me to go out to Alaska for the Iditarod
Yeah.
You
and
know
cover
what?
that.
Can I bring my dog?
I've been to Nome. You ever been there? Dude, Nome.
I don't think we went to Nome the one time we went.
That's where at the end the Iditarod dog race in Nome. I was there. I actually stole a Iditarod dog race trophy from Breaker's Bar. So haha, you can't touch me. I'm back in New York. But I had the trophy stuff.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, so I got
For winning the Iditarod.
Yeah, I got the
Dude, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
But also like, they went through so much fucking
Yeah, maybe
trouble to
the
get
point
there.
of the road trip is that you have a change of heart, and then we have to drive back to return the trophy.
Don't see it happening.
That's
but
also a
sure.
lot of extra miles up there.
Dude, I'm actually so down to do that. I have a lot of time
John's
on my
invited
hands.
us on his property to go shoot Megas
Yes,
and
yes.
shoot the dirt.
To dive on a lake there to
It's never been
retrieve
dove.
stuff, yeah.
Oh my god,
I'm saying we could take the crack
Yes.
on the road where crack hasn't been before.
Yes, dude.
Bring crack to the urban.
Use some of that
and the city
election
streets.
money.
Yes. Well, I
Take a
can't. I
sponsor.
can't.
He's
I literally-
like, no again, John.
no, dude. I
Oh, no,
literally,
no, I didn't say no this time.
Nice.
I literally have like the debit card that is like I can only charge election stuff to, and I'm like,
So
holy
if you
fuck, holy
sponsor
fuck.
the podcast, like you said,
Yes,
and the podcast goes there,
yes, but then we'd be doing Bill Cotter for Congress ads all the way to Alaska.
who cares? Who cares?
Well, I should
but
be
you-
running for
but
Congress.
What's the problem? Is there not Congress all over America?
Yes.
But you pay for those ads to be targeted in your hometown.
So we only
Vote for
really-
me. I fuck around
Oh, like-
Illinois. You know, like at this point, just throw a Hail Mary. Where's it happen?
Well, before we implicate ourselves in more financial election crimes, we're gonna take a quick piss break
Oh,
and be
thank God.
back.
All right. The trip to Alaska would be sick.
When did you go, Don?
I went 2012 or 13, I think. I was in Nome, and it was sick. I loved it. The best Chinese in my life was in Nome. Twin Dragons. It has since burned down, but it was the
Yeah,
best Chinese.
like I heard Alaska's like the most diverse state in the union because there's a lot of Japanese, Samoans. There's a lot of Thai people there
Yep.
randomly.
Yeah.
There's natives,
We
obviously
worked
whites,
with
blacks,
a
all sorts of
Mexican,
folks.
a Mexican / Eskimo, and they called him a Meximo. George,
I like that.
he's a good friend of mine. George, he has like 7 kids. Great guy. Lives in Nome.
Yeah.
I had a great time out there. It was definitely an experience. I drank at the bar that I was talking about earlier was actually opened by Wyatt Earp. Breaker's
shit.
Bar was opened by Wyatt
Oh,
Earp.
that's cool.
I think we can start. We're still recording, so we can get back in. We can actually keep some
Yeah,
of
let's
that
get
in.
back in because I got like a half hour. We can talk a little Uganda. We can plug that, and then I can talk about the backstory of how I got this free trip to Mexico.
Yeah. So
Pretty sweet.
how? Yeah.
Mexico? It's
Yes.
in the morning.
Yes.
You go to Mexico.
Did you? Oh, another thing since we've seen each other, Donnie's an American hero.
That's right. Yeah, the plane.
Donnie did what Mark Wahlberg wanted to do.
He laid out some guy, tackled him, right?
Yeah, well, it was me and about 2 other people, 2 or 3, and there was a dude violently trying to open the plane door
And you were like,
15,
not
20
today.
minutes after takeoff. And I ran back there, and we had to like pretty much drag him, like first yank him off the door, and then subdue him in the middle of the plane aisle. And then I just like sat on him while we got his legs duct taped, and then we put his hands in flexi cuffs, and then carried him to the back of the plane.
What? And that got you a
The
free
guy,
trip to Mexico?
he had completely lost it. Like he was very quiet when like after we got his hands off the door, but at first he was like, this plane, like I need to get off this plane. This plane's going down, just screaming while trying to yank the door open. It was wild.
Crazy.
And
He was a big dude. He was, I don't know, he was Ganimal size.
So
maybe,
what you're saying is
maybe
you
not
want to
quite.
fight Ganimal and Rough and Rowdy?
What?
But
That's
yeah,
crazy.
he was. We later learned he had completely lost his mind because I found the police cam footage of them like talking to him in a cell afterwards, and he said he did it for this lady Lillian in Toronto who was the mother of everything, and that had told him that he's the father of everything, so like he's God, and that he had to like open the plane door to like prove to her how faithful he was to the cause.
Can we get her on the podcast?
Wow.
What?
I've been trying to find who this Lillian chick is. I can't find.
We
But-
actually think it was that
so anyway,
YouTuber, right?
Right after this happened, we get back to the airport. We had to turn around, go back to Albuquerque, and I sent out a tweet like I just had a tequila. I was drifting off to sleep on the plane, and then boom, I see this guy trying to open the door. I run back, and we have to grapple with him for like 10 minutes. And the airline never reached out to thank me for this. They never reached out offering me like a $200 flight credit. But you know who did reach out? Jose Cuervo. And they were like, hey, we saw your tweet. Thank you so much for your heroic efforts. We'd like to invite you to our VIP weekend in Tequila, Mexico for Cinco de Mayo.
Wow.
So,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
so
That's pretty epic.
now tomorrow at like 5:30 a.m. I'm flying to Guadalajara, Mexico, and then we're gonna take the tequila train to Tequila, Mexico. That's a real place, and like there's gonna be a music festival. They're paying for everything. So shout out Jose Cuervo. It's gonna be a fun weekend.
Yeah, Jose Cuervo's awesome.
You
Yeah.
straight up hippo mode in Mexico.
Now you're going to see him tackling random people on
Is
their
this your
planes
first
to get
time to
trips.
Mexico?
I've been to Tijuana. I think this is
Alright.
gonna be my first time. Yeah, Tijuana's not a good way
This
to judge
will be an
the rest of the
upgrade, yeah.
country.
How much fun do you have in Tijuana?
I went there for a day. It was cool because I went with a friend. It was his first time out of the country. He had just gotten a passport, and we were in San Diego. And I'm like, I gotta take you out of the country so you can say you've left the U.S. once. And he was obviously very paranoid, being like, Tijuana, I don't know, it's not the nicest place, but I was like, it'll be fine. We went and got some Caesar salads. Tijuana is the birthplace of Caesar salads.
Yep.
Drank a bunch of margaritas, bought some souvenirs. It was a good day.
I went to Tijuana, got a tattoo. First I went to TJ. I was in San Diego as well.
Yep.
I went to TJ. I got a tattoo, a bottle of whiskey, a clear bottle of whiskey, saw a woman do something with an animal, and I spent
All right.
only $60.
Donkey shows do exist.
They do.
That's right.
Yeah.
They're real. And I thought it was a joke. The tattoo in the
Wait. Donkey shows are real?
Yeah.
yeah, full blown. Which is weird because if you watch a donkey fuck a person,
Oh.
it's cheaper than watching a person fuck a donkey. There's two prices.
Yeah, there
I
is.
learned that in TJ.
You would think, because like
You can wait.
fucking a donkey is probably not too hard. Getting
No.
fucked by a donkey, that
That
could,
takes,
like,
that takes
could
some
kill you.
balls. Yeah, absolutely.
Wait.
You need a good cock handler to make sure it doesn't go in too deep.
Oh my.
Holy shit.
Wait. What the
Cock handler.
fuck?
Yep.
Oh
Donkey
my.
shows are real.
Are
Ping
real.
pong shows are real.
Wait.
It's all real, Billy.
Did you? When I was in TJ, I saw the woman who shot the ping pong. You call the color. Did you get that show?
So I went to a ping pong show in Thailand just because I wanted to see what the hype was about. I didn't really enjoy it. They did some gross stuff in there. I saw a lady smoke a cigarette with her vagina, and then she poured a bottle of water down there, and then the water came back out like all black because she had to like wash out
The nicotine.
the
Tar.
ash from the cigarette. Like that was like lining her vagina.
I watched a woman sit on a Corona bottle, do a handstand, drink the Corona in her ass, then sit back down regular, come out and put in the guy's mouth. Seen that? Yeah. That was a hell of a Tuesday, bro.
This
The
guy's
only,
a
the
young
only cool
pup
thing I
still.
saw is that she had this like she had blow darts, and then she put the blow dart in her vagina, and there were balloons all around the room, and she just popped all the balloons.
Wow.
Welcome to Audiocraic. Donkey
Yeah.
shows are real.
You didn't know that?
That was yeah.
I
My
always thought,
sheltered boy.
No, I like knew like 2 guys, 1 horse. Like what's
That
that,
guy
fucked
died.
up video? Yeah,
Fucked
like
up.
Mr.
I thought
Happy
I
Hand or
thought you
something?
died if that
No,
happened.
that's why you need a proper cock handler.
Plus, a donkey probably has a smaller wang than a horse.
No, it doesn't.
Oh no, I mean
Well,
No, it doesn't.
it's gotta, because like I've seen horse cocks. Those would kill someone.
that Nay said it was a good size.
I mean, speaking of megafauna, blue whales. Donnie and I were talking about this. The first recorded blue whales mating was actually 2 dudes, and it was 2.
2 cocks.
Yeah, just in there flying. It's crazy.
Did you know a whale can hold
Oh no,
semen
you
in
thought they thought the kraken like
was 2
but
whales? Yeah.
The kraken ended up being like 2
Yeah.
blue whale cocks.
So when they first
Dorks,
filmed
they're
it,
called.
they're like, "Oh my god, we're about to film blue whales mating for the first time." They're like, "Oh wait a second, this is 2 dudes." What?
Oh,
Oh, there's 2. Like, oh, this is what the sailors were seeing all those years ago in writing about, thinking it was sea monsters. Because if you look at it, it looks like a weird creature.
Wait, hold on. You Googled this?
It was actually my bio class in
Not
senior
only
year
did
of
I
high
Google
school.
it, I masturbated to it.
I think speaking of blue whales, a really fun fact is that blue whales are the largest animal of all time. So
Ever.
even if you go
Yeah.
to prehistoric times, the largest
Yes.
whales in prehistory weren't as large as blue whales are now.
Did you know a blue whale can hold semen in its body for X amount of time and get pregnant whenever it wants to?
Huh.
Google it. Make sure.
Oh,
I'm
Yeah,
so,
no, that is
so
true.
we can have sex, and it can be like, all
Except
right,
a
now
year
it's not a
later,
good time to have
yeah,
a
I
kid,
need
but
a
I'm going to
baby.
keep this semen nice and warm, so like the sperm's alive. And then when I'm more stable, I've got
I
like
have
a
good
job and a
my
nice
podcast
husband,
took
then
off.
I'll
Yeah.
pop out the kid. Man,
Have a
if
kid.
humans could do that, we'd be a lot better off as a species.
Yeah, we would be.
But that drive, though, for the next nut,
It could be fun.
it's something else.
Hilarious. So if you're just like a girl and you'd be like, you could kind of like choose which of the sperm you want to keep. And so if you have like sex with this one, like really like strong, rich guy at some point, and you're like, okay, I'm going to keep this sperm handy just in case, down the line, if I want to have a kid that, is going to be strong, smart.
Isn't that what
and
sperm banks are?
maybe rich
have
if
a
I can
freezer
then
full
hit
of
that guy.
Derek Jeter semen. That'd be a great idea.
Nice.
You Googling it? I would love to see your search power.
He's like, I'm not liking what I'm seeing, guys.
He's licking his lips.
But yeah.
And
Yeah,
whale-
we talked about also early on a podcast. Blue whales' cocks are 8 feet long,
That's it?
Yeah.
8 feet 2 inches.
Yeah, but
The
considering
ratio.
how big they are,
Yeah.
that's not
Yeah,
an
they're
impressive
100 feet long, I think.
That's
Yeah.
that's actually
I'll measure
That's
my
a
dick. That's
one-
how bigger.
that's around like a 1 to 10 ratio conservatively. I know that's probably like 1 to 12 ratio.
Your math isn't very good.
No, I think it's like 8 feet to 100 feet is 8 over 100.
Yeah.
We don't have to do the rest of the math.
it's close enough.
8%.
Yeah. So that's pretty much.
I don't think it's that big.
Yeah. So like, are humans
Well, if you're
Depends on
6
who they
foot
are.
tall,
Per capita?
per capita have a better ratio than whales?
I don't know.
Dick to body ratio?
I think
so if you're
we should
if you're
measure
10
a bunch of dicks.
wait, if you're 10 foot tall, that means your wiener would be 0.8 inches.
Yeah.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
If you're 10 foot tall, on the like if you're judging a whale, it's 100
Oh
foot
yeah,
long.
yeah, yeah.
It's
Wait,
only
no,
point-
no,
it would be
because
0.8. It would be
inches are. No, I don't fucking know.
it would be 0.8 feet, which is 0.8 times 12.
But you're doing inches to feet for humans opposed to feet for.
Yes.
I'm breaking down percentage wise. So 100 foot, 8 foot of 100
so
feet, 8%.
100 feet, 100 times 12, it's 1,200
9.6.
inches, and then
It's a lot of conversation about whale dick.
I don't know.
This reminds me of the Silicon Valley when they're talking about
How many dicks you can suck off?
jerk off. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So how's Uganda?
I think my math worked out.
Uganda was great. We have done a couple pods recapping it. There was a lot of drama towards the end.
It would be 1 inch.
Were they pissed off about the towels that much?
Yeah, I feel
No, they
bad
weren't.
about that.
The drama was not about the towels. Yes, I did have to buy them a new towel. That was not a big deal. The drama was all about the bus. We helped like pay for a bus to take the team from Uganda to Kenya, and then the president of Ugandan football just pocketed all the money and didn't get him a bus. And so we were waiting for the team in Kenya, and then we got a call that they're like, we've been waiting in Uganda for the last 10 hours and no bus has shown up. And so at that moment we were like, holy shit, there's not even going to be a game. And we flew all the way to Kenya. But we were able to like find them buses or like, yeah, these small mini buses to bring them to the border. And then from the border, they were able to find another bus that brought them to Kenya. And they arrived like, if they arrived 20 minutes later, we wouldn't have had time for a full
Yeah.
game. So,
What
you know,
happened
that
to
was
the guy that robbed
the
the
most
money?
the
stressful
same guy
night of my
he's
life,
still out
but
there.
it made for good
It's
content.
the same guy Billy's running against.
Sandbagging
They
son of a
actually
bitch.
they're part of the alliance, the Axis Alliance. Mike LePetri and Stephen O'Kang,
They're following you
Yeah.
around.
an
That's
international.
a dangerous duo. But yeah, if you haven't and you can, buy a Ugandan football booster T-shirt because all of the proceeds go towards sending the team much needed football equipment. That was one of the toughest parts. Like
Yeah,
they have barely enough pads to field the team, and so in some cases, like someone is playing offense, and then whenever he runs off, he then needs to exchange all his pads and give them to someone so they can go out and play
Do
defense.
they at least Lysol
These
the
kids
kids?
love football. They're super passionate about it. So
Yeah.
if you can support, just search the Uganda t-shirt online. It's in the Barstool store. We've already sold a bunch, which is great.
yeah,
Nice.
and
Billy's also trying to get at least a couple of the players looks at D3 schools in the U.S.
yeah, they can definitely. I kind of want to get them into JUCO because they might end up getting better looks and hypothetically getting a scholarship, like through how it goes D2, because there are two dudes who are freak athletes. We have a guy who's like 5'11", 300, probably over 300 pounds, strong as like I saw him squatting like 450, close to 600 pounds actually. Now that I think about it, because it was kilos, and my conversion was bad. And he would be an amazing defensive tackle, amazing nose tackle. His name's Stephen Kenyera from Gulu, Uganda. And then we have Ashraf, who is an amazing running back. He might not be your running back, but he could definitely play outside linebacker and special teams for you. Like, he's the best running back in all of Uganda, but he can play other positions. He's an ultimate athlete, super fast too, definitely sub 5, and he can fucking hit, and he's not shy from contact.
He's very smart too.
Yeah, he's also a doctor.
Why wouldn't you be?
He's also a doctor. He's like one of the best doctors in Uganda, and he wants to come to the United States to get, to go to medical school, and he'll play football. Like, hopefully it helps him get into one of those places, and he wants to come back to Uganda and open up a medical practice there. So, I mean, like,
Wait, hold on. He's already a doctor in Uganda?
he is a medical practitioner,
Close enough.
but he is not like he's a doctor by Ugandan standards. Like I'm calling him some
So
days.
why can't he open a clinic now?
Well, because it's it's like
I mean, he's gonna
basically
come to America,
He
go
does
to college,
he does
get
doctor in
play
the bush.
football.
He does he's like a doctor in the bushes there in the upcountry. So like I'll call him. He's like Billy, how are we doing? Like are you coming back to Uganda? And we're shooting the shit. And I'm like, and he's like, oh, 1 second. And like I hear him talking to me. I'm like, hey, what are you up to right now? He's like, oh, I'm vaccinating kids in the bush, like out in the country. I'm like, oh my God, like, have you been doing, like, yeah, I've vaccinated like 100 people since we've been talking. I was like,
Awesome.
yeah, he's like, hey, what's up, man? I'm like, what? And like, and he wants to become better at medicine. He wants to be a specialist, a pediatrician, and he wants to come back and help, like be able to be a better doctor and like,
Let's
do
get
some
this
better
man a
practice.
scholarship.
Like,
when
we
are you
need to
going
get this
back to
guy in.
Uganda? Let's work on the camping trip.
We're working on the we're working on the campaign
We're in the camping
first.
trip.
We're trying to get
I
the
think,
money
like,
together.
Stephen O'Kang, the who like
Fucked everybody.
we have bad blood with. He is very well connected in the country, which
Yes.
is the toughest part. Like we kind of exposed his corruption, but he has so many connections that I don't think he has been like removed from his position yet. Because like his dad used to be the president of the sports council there and stuff. Like it's tough dealing with like deep rooted corruption like that. So I don't know how comfortable I would feel going back to Uganda. We're trying to get
Yeah.
Uganda a game against the Ivory Coast.
Yeah, well,
We'll
there's
go to the Ivory Coast.
there's a game in Kenya, July 27th, and I'm trying to figure out. I don't know if it's gonna
I
happen.
mean, I'm
but
a
they're-
little booked July.
Yeah,
but-
July. I actually have a wedding.
Well,
Not my
like
own.
I was saying, Billy, now that you're off macrodosing, like your lane could be coaching football in third world countries, and like each year you choose a new country to go. Like I already had a dude from Sweden reach out, and he was like,
Notorious
our team really
third world
needs
Sweden
a coach.
is not third world country.
Oh, no, all right, yeah, I didn't. I should just say
yeah,
foreign
yeah.
countries.
Foreign,
They don't
all
all have to be
All right.
third world.
Sweet.
Billy, go
But
shit
yeah,
in this
just-
hole and teach football.
Countries not known for their football, but countries
Yeah.
that are trying to learn.
Sweden
Because
would be
Billy
cool.
coached his cock off out there, and
You lost your cock in Uganda?
it
Still.
reignited his passion for football. So
Yeah, I'm still stuck dick deep in the red Ugandan mud.
yep.
No, I mean, I gotta say, Uganda was like, there was an energy seeping and coming from the earth every morning.
the
You
motherland.
stepped, like every morning you like put your feet on the ground, you just felt invigorated. Like, and we were drinking tons of beers. The only way to beat the heat in Uganda was to just drink a ton of cold beers after practice. And I'd wake up no hangover. You just hit the ground and you just feel like hyped, and it was insane. But
It is
then,
true. I was never hungover out there.
the craziest part was then you go to Kenya and the Kenyan dirt sucked. It was
Must
dry
have
as
been the
fuck.
vaccinations.
Yeah.
They were giving.
The beer and the vaccination mix just got real nice high.
Yeah.
Do a lot
Well,
of squats.
I got a rabies vaccine. Everyone was giving me shit about like being vaccine hesitant during COVID, but like I am the most vax person probably here and on the old podcast. Where
That's a huge thing. How do
I'm
you know
the
how many
mo-
vaccines I got?
I definitely got more vaxes than you.
How many you got?
I got a yellow card full
How
of
many you
vaccines. I probably got 8 in me
I
that are
have
valid.
9.
Oh shit.
I have 9. Whatever your number's
I
going to
mean,
be,
well,
I
what-
have
one
one
more.
more.
Well, what the fuck did you have? Like, tetanus is probably a huge issue in your line of work.
I get. It's funny because I get a lot of tetanus shots.
Oh, yeah.
Like more than I probably should. So like I'll go to I'll get caught at work and I'll go to a med center
Yeah.
or wherever they send you, and they're like, "When's your last tetanus shot?" I'm always like, "I don't know."
Yeah.
There you go. They go, I get them all the time.
It's good for
it's
10 years, apparently.
Yeah. I remember I've stepped on a nail twice, and it was in the
You won the
last.
first time, huh?
I got one the first time, and then the second time I was like, I'm still covered.
Did
Fuck
it go
yeah.
through?
Yeah, I went through.
But if you step
All
on
the way
a
through
rusty
your
nail,
it went like all the way, and it hit my bone the first time, and I was fucked. And then the second time wasn't that bad, so that's why I was like, fuck it. Like, I'm in the last year, but I'm just gonna ride it out, see if I get lockjaw.
Fuck lockjaw.
Well, yeah, fucking lockjaw.
I just actually recently blew my whole toenail off.
Oh fuck out.
I dropped a whole 1,000-pound beam on my foot.
Ooh fuck.
I'm wearing Vans.
Were you holding it underwater so it was lighter?
No, negative. I was on land.
Oh,
and if he's
shit.
wearing Vans while he's diving, we have other issues.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be pretty sick if you were like, I can pick up 1,000 pounds underwater. That'd be I'd try to do that.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Just because it's like you can't lift 1,000 pounds in air.
How do you
so-
know I can't? I can squat it. I love squats.
Yeah, I mean you probably could.
The mountain can do it.
Yeah, the mountain can do it like on land, which is insane.
He does it on a mountain. Back to this camping trip. When is this happening?
I'll have my people.
I
talk
think
to your
September seems like a good month.
Eh.
It's not too hot, not too cold.
Yeah.
No Goldilocks month.
Yeah, there's football on though. I gotta start getting back to
Billy,
football
football,
content.
sorry.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean, it is your name.
yeah. I've kind of locked in no matter what.
Like I have
Do you
to
like
have
this?
shit. I guess.
Do you like this idea about them getting rid of preseason, making a longer season, and having?
Yeah, so the Super Bowl falls on President's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Should fall on Christmas. That'd be crazy.
no, that's too short.
Yeah.
It's too short.
He doesn't. He's not
I
really.
think the Super Bowl.
All
Yeah.
sports.
I don't know. I
I'm not
think
a
moving
big
the
fan-
Super Bowl to a Saturday wouldn't really cause any problems.
No, but they need
Is there a reason that it has to be on Sunday? Is that
Yeah.
just tradition?
to hype up the game, to have like the city get all the stuff and shit. You know, get the week, people party, stimulates the economy there.
Yeah.
It's,
Oh, because you do it on Saturday, then everyone's leaving on
Yeah.
Sunday.
yeah. Whereas they get the Saturday night.
Did you ever see the private airport next to the stadium, like the Super Bowl, where it's at?
Uh-huh.
Like a couple hours after the game.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's
There's
leaving
like
town.
thousands of private jets leaving the airport
Oh, yeah.
within like a 2-hour span,
dude.
one after another, just taking off.
I think COVID originally got its kickstart in the U.S. at the Miami Super Bowl, because like a lot of people got sick after that Super Bowl, and like nobody knew what it was at that point. But I think after the fact, everyone was like, you know what? Maybe that was COVID, because like right after that Super Bowl, I don't know. I remember everybody got sick.
Possibly.
I think it was just flu season.
Dude, honestly, I might have brought COVID to the United
Yeah.
States.
From where?
Like
Well,
actually,
I had just gotten back from China, but
Yeah.
I did not bring it. A lot of
Because
people accused me of, but
you know how they said that like Trump was wrong. It wasn't the China virus. Most COVID strains that came into the United States came from foreign exchange students coming back from Europe. That
from
was me.
Italy.
From Italy.
Was you?
That was me. I was like literally the second place I got hit because Trump shut down all the flights from China. I don't know how'd you get back?
Swam.
No, well, I got back before it was a thing, but
Yeah.
he didn't. It took him a while to shut down flights from China,
Yeah.
because I had a friend fly back from China like after it was already raging.
And it didn't
in China.
count for like layover flights if they stopped at a different country and waited.
I think
But
you
I
had
mean,
if
if
it was
we want to talk more about vaccines, this is the first year I got the flu shot, maybe 5 years. Also, the first year I got the flu, and it was bad.
thanks Travis
I don't
Kelsey.
get any vaccines.
Thanks Travis Kelsey making us all soft.
Yeah.
You got soft hands.
I mean I talked some shit
He
to
looked
Travis
at his
Kelsey.
hands, he was like,
Travis
it's
Kelsey,
fucking-
Rough and Rowdy.
No, I mean he wouldn't do. He's too rich. I called him soft before the season started. And he started running.
How do
harder.
you know it's about money? You got to challenge motherfucker who has pride.
Dude, no one. It's Travis
No one has
Kelsey's not going to fly to West Virginia to fight.
No one has pride when they're getting
I
paid.
do.
When you
I
get
bet Aaron Hernandez would in his prime.
yes,
He'd come
yeah,
and fight
he
you in his
would.
prime.
But that's why he was good. Because he had pride. He fought every play, but he fought too much.
You know who might need a little coin right now? Dennis Rodman. Challenge him.
Yeah. The problem with Aaron Hernandez, he couldn't turn it off. Like,
Yeah.
At
like
all,
when
yeah.
you're on the field, you need a killer mentality, but then you got to be able to turn that off the field.
He was too gangster for his own good.
That's a terrible thing to be accused of. I wonder who we can plan to fight in Rough and Rowdy, Billy.
No, I'm not trying to fight again, dude.
Why not?
That would probably help with job security.
You
Yeah.
need to reclaim being the baddest
Yeah.
motherfucker at Barstool.
The thing is, so many people test a motherfucker that they forget that.
That's
I
what
didn't
I'm
forget it.
That's what I'm
I went to the
saying,
bathroom and
Billy.
stood on the wall. Billy's a bad motherfucker. I wrote a marker.
Give me
No, now
one
there's, like,
person at
pro-
Barstool who could fight
No,
you
no.
and beat you.
Nah.
I got a list.
Yeah. I mean, there's pro athletes working.
You just raised
here
your
now.
hand? Nice. I like this guy more and more.
No, I think I don't know if you'd want to fight someone within the company. You just want to fight another random
dude.
celeb. Like,
No,
we
I get-
almost
I get
had to
that.
fight against you
Oh,
versus Billy
Yeah.
McFarland.
Dude,
which-
then we
Yeah, we
then
were
we
still
went
talking
out
about
after that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was filming him. We were in the park. He was outside the bar outside.
Yeah,
and I was
dude.
filming him arguing with him.
Yeah.
And you're like, yo, don't post that. I forgot it.
Because I was literally what play it because I think I'm seeing like, yo, dude, we just get in there, like dance for a couple rounds,
Yeah,
and
you'll
then
be fine.
You'll be fine, dude. We both get a bag, but like, I'm convincing a guy to fight me. I'm gonna knock him out on TV and show everyone. Like,
That's right.
like, yo,
Knock
dude,
the
like
fuck
you'll be
out.
fine. We'll dance around a couple rounds.
video
I'm
now.
just like, dude,
When was that? How long ago?
dude, that was a long time ago.
Like
Damn.
That was probably like at least May or June of last year.
I'm sorry
May.
for not reaching out early. What, like, just
You're a busy guy. We get it.
shit, you know.
We had a lot of fun together. I almost died.
You're
and
better-
then 2 days later, we all went out.
Oh fuck
Yeah,
yeah,
that was a very fun
sick.
day.
Yeah, we had a great time.
dude.
Great time.
In Hoboken. Oh fuck
No
yeah, I
joking.
miss Hoboken.
At least you reached out and had us on, unlike Rogan.
Yeah, unlike Rogan. Shame.
Shame.
Yeah.
Pod,
Good.
pod use.
If you
podcast
guys,
should
I
have
don't know if we
pride.
could get if there's like strict rules about it, but I would love to dive the Chicago River because I think we
go.
could find some crazy stuff. In the
Yeah.
river.
Yeah, you can.
I'll drive out there.
I want to find Chonkosaurus.
What?
Chonkosaurus, the giant common
You
snapping
should talk to your
turtle.
people over there at Barstool in Chicago and see if you make that happen. We'll dive anything you want.
Yeah, no, I'm more thinking about the rules of.
There's no rules.
Chicago,
It's a
where it's
public.
like-
It's a public navigable waterway. I can dive it.
Yes.
Okay,
The
well,
only real
I know some
rules-
people out here who have the boats to make that happen. You can also just jump in the river right from the Riverwalk.
I probably won't be able to set up on the Riverwalk, and I
Yeah,
probably won't
so
be able to tie a
I'd be
boat
able to
on
get
the
us a
Riverwalk.
boat.
There's also
Yeah.
a lot of shipwrecks in the Great Lake there.
Let's go.
Ooh,
And then we go
Yeah, a
camping
lot
afterwards.
of shipwrecks.
I'm
Oh.
only going if Billy can come.
Billy's still allowed in Chicago.
yeah, yeah.
I don't think he's been
I might-
blacklisted from the office.
Dude,
He's been marooned
yeah, I've been marooned,
to New York.
but I'm gonna swim
That's right.
Fuck
we're
the
gonna, we're
Windy
gonna come
City.
back. to his
You know why
glory.
it's called the Windy City?
because they talk too much.
Negative.
It's not because they're windy though.
Nope. They had more politicians per capita than anyone else in the country.
Yeah,
Windy
and
City.
and the politicians would talk a lot, right?
Okay, yeah.
Like big
They
hot
were
air.
long-winded politicians.
Yep.
It is windy though. It is windy.
I'm surprised you don't know that being a
I
politician.
had a second. I was like, it's because they talk too much, and I was like, but who talked too much?
Who was
He's
it?
like, because whales, two whale guys fucked or something.
Yeah, two whale dicks.
That why?
We started this podcast before we hit play on or record, talking about scissoring lesbian bears, and then we're wrapping it up with two sperm whales fucking.
Dude,
Blue whales.
Blue
Dude,
whales,
I mean,
yeah.
did you see that
With
thing
8-foot dongs.
Yeah.
Did you see that thing with Ryan Whitney where he posted an AI image of a polar bear or of a grizzly bear, fucking a polar bear because they were mascots
Very
of two hockey teams?
controversial.
Yeah,
Very controversial.
No, it
is
actually
very,
was.
No,
extremely
look at the photo. Yeah,
controversial.
they're like a lot of people are
People
upset
don't like that stuff.
because
People
they
are very upset
but
because the polar bear was wearing a tutu,
Okay.
so it looks like it's like a female polar bear, and the larger Bruin bear is having sex with
also
it.
the
Yeah.
female polar bear. I mean, was crying.
Yeah.
It's a real rapey vibe you're painting. It's like Cosby
Yeah, that's
painted
what
it.
everyone got pissed about.
Jesus.
Like if you look it up.
I am.
But they're wild animals.
If we're also
So
talking
what
about
is it?
cartoon
Polar
bears.
bear-
No, just go to Ryan Whitney's Twitter. My take
I don't
is
go on Twitter, I go
there
on
would be
X.
absolutely zero outcry if the polar bear was making an O face, not crying.
Yeah.
I think the movie should have done was just have it be a maple tree, because that fits with the Toronto Maple Leafs, and then have the bear shoving his dick like into the maple tree like he's tapping it for maple syrup. Because then, like a bear fucking a tree, no one's gonna get mad about.
Yeah, does a
I
bear
don't know. There's some hard hitting hippies with a hard H that will get mad about that.
hard hit.
Yeah, they
But
would.
I mean, this is a good question for you, Billy, because you're really well versed with
About bear
the animal
fucking.
world. Like,
I actually am about
Do-
especially bears.
do animals like only rape? I guess like every time that animals in the wild have sex, would it be considered rape? Or like sometimes I guess it's the female in heat and she's actively looking for males.
Yeah, she's putting the vibe.
Dol-
out.
Yeah.
Dolphins, 100% rape.
So
It's
do
proven.
the walrus. The walrus rapes sea lions.
Yeah.
Oh no, otters.
Otters,
Otters,
yeah, yeah.
necrophiliacs.
Yeah, they fuck dead ones,
They
yeah.
fuck, dude, that's
Yeah,
fucked.
that's
bro.
great. You ever crack open a cold one?
What?
No, me either.
Dude, you ever get to a fight with an otter? They're
No!
nasty.
Why the fuck would I have to fight an otter?
I'm just saying.
Actually, it's not a bad question. You're in the water a
You
lot.
spend a lot of
Yeah.
time in waterways,
fair
and
question.
they're very
only animal I've
territorial.
ever actually gotten to a physical altercation was a crane.
And
Oh.
and a crab.
Yeah. Oh yeah, crabs are dickheads.
And what was
Yeah,
the
they
fucking
are.
suckerfish that was 3 feet long?
Oh yeah. So
Yeah, let's try to
so
figure out what
today
this
I'm
is.
diving in the Delaware Canal. in what the fuck were we?
Southbound Brook.
Southbound Brook, lovely town by the way. So I'm
Great.
diving.
Now Bobby knows where we were.
Fuck them. Yeah, listen. To this. And there was
They might
about-
come down there.
There was like a 3-foot looking thing. Looking
Oh
like an
my
eel.
god, I
Edit that
found
out.
it. I found it.
What is it?
I found it. It's an invasive fish. I think it is a northern snakehead.
They could crawl out of the water, right, and go to different water sources.
Wait, let me
Let me see this photo. Don't knock over your dirty water.
Oh shit.
Did he finish it?
No.
I did. Oh, there's a little.
You better drink that shit.
I will. It's good.
No, you're
Did it
lying
look
now. You're
like
lying.
this?
Fancy,
Why
bud.
isn't it getting big? So I'm describing something that looks like a
Sound clip.
You
giant
can't put it on the screen?
no.
You all these monitors for nothing.
Yeah, did it look like
I told you it looked like a snake with a pussy.
on its face though?
Yeah,
right?
yeah, face pussy.
Did it look like why isn't it fucking getting big?
I've been asking that
Yeah.
question for years. You gotta get
Did it
on
look,
hymns,
did
buddy.
it look like this? For those who are listening and not watching, it looks like a giant loach, if you know what that is. Not like a surgeon.
Hold on, I got over to you.
Yeah. I'm sorry, a loach
You gotta travel.
for fish people.
Let me see this thing. That thing?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's about right.
that's it.
Can they get 3 feet long?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I bet. I mean, that one looks pretty big.
Dude, this was-
That's a two-hander. That
This
woman.
was a fucking tank.
So many good sound bites with him today.
That woman's got a
scared the hell
two-hander.
out of me.
Okay, invasive fish in the Delaware River. The freshwater drums and the northern snakehead.
Northern snake.
So, yeah, wait. Adult snakehead. So snakehead fish, they can get over 30 inches long. So over 30 inches, 36 inches. Yeah,
Just shy of 3 feet.
yeah. So
Northern snakehead.
that's what you saw.
Let me check this out.
Is that it?
No, it's not it.
Are you
I'm positive. It's not that.
sure?
Fucking positive.
No, look at this,
This
one.
thing had a pussy on its face.
It had- what did it?
Like
Like-
the mouth was on the bottom of the fish.
So do you think it was a sturgeon? Was it pink?
No, it was like a white, like a real palish white color.
I mean,
Could it have been a freshwater eel?
oh, it was a white. It was white. Long white fish.
Long white eel.
You were. Is that connected to the Delaware Water Gap?
Yeah. It's the canal.
That's a beautiful. That's a beautiful part of the
The
country.
Delaware
That's
Water
nice.
Gap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh. Well. I hope you-
Oh yeah.
is it? Do you think it's a? You might have seen an Atlantic sturgeon. Or a white catfish.
I think it didn't have fins, right? You said
had no fins.
no fins or anything on it.
Are you
I saw a catfish too today. That wasn't that.
Huh.
I saw a smallmouth bass as well, and a bunch of little baby green eels. But this thing, I've never seen anything like it. The mouth was on its bottom. It was like it almost like it sucked to something. And it was, I'm telling you, every bit of 3 feet long. And
Wow.
it was like this fat.
Wow. And so, it's about the size of like one of those giant dildos that are just for jokes.
Maybe if you're not brave enough. Pussy.
There's always somebody funny to use it.
It's so funny to use it.
Always.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna wrap.
Yeah, I'm going to go home. I'm
Yeah.
tired.
No, I thought we were gonna get beers.
I'll have a drink with you.
Okay.
All right.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of Audiocraic. What happened to the?
Did one job, bro.
It was up for most of the show. It
was
only disappeared towards the end.
Okay.
Do you want to hit him now or after the show?
No.
Okay.
He's done a great job.
No,
Shout
he
out
didn't. He
Nicky
fucked
Quinn.
up.
What was he supposed to do?
Had the his
Is it-
logo.
Is there a
It's a green
remote?
screen. It's fine.
All right. Well,
It's not green, it's rainbow.
this is going to be a very evolving show. We're going to try out whatever we can. I think we're just going to deliver the best product on the best we can that day, and I think that's all we can do.
Oh, that's all you can ask for.
That's all. Yeah, we're just going to put out what we can.
When is George Santos coming on?
9:30 a.m. tomorrow mornings is at the office.
And his third guest, Kim Jong Un.
That, dude, that would be fucking fire.
I want to meet Santos. I'm busy tomorrow. I'm working.
Damn.
Yeah, too bad.
Well,
Well-
Billy, thanks for having us.
Thanks.
Maybe
for coming,
Santos
guys.
could be your like permanent co-host.
That would be.
Hey, can
I
you
think
Santos?
Santos would be a much better podcaster than he was a politician.
That would shake shit
that,
up.
That would not be a bad move. People would be listening to it for sure.
I listen to it, and I hate
Sweet.
podcasts.
So if you have any leads on what type of fish, Dirty Water Don was stroking. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please buy a Ugandan football booster T-shirt on the Barstool store. Hope you guys enjoyed the first iteration of this pod. You know, we're gonna put out some. We have the greatest Bigfoot expert who doesn't believe in Bigfoot coming on next week. He's also a politician. He's an expert on Bigfoot, but he doesn't believe it's real, but he knows everything about
His name is also George Soros.
George Soros.
He's wearing a different hat.
George
like a
Soros
mustache.
he's hiding the Bigfoot.
All right.
All right, Don, thanks for having
Ciao,
me.
guys.
Have
Donnie,
safe
have a
trip.
good one.
Hey guys, thanks.
Enjoy Mexico.
Thanks for answering the call when I was
Thanks for
like,
having
"Yo, guys, I gotta do this."
I gotta do something.
I gotta do something. All right, shout out Nikki Quinn. Thanks, guys. Thanks, crackheads. Crackheads, tell me what you think. Now's the time where the feedback is actually, useful. So we'll
They're
get.
all gonna be assholes.
Yeah, they're all gonna be assholes. And you know what?
You have one guy going, "Great show, Billy. Great show."
And
Picture.
also, if you want to advertise on this podcast, hit me up. We only let the cool, the chillest, strongest,
Like
coolest
Dirty Water Seltzer.
advertisers. Dirty Water. This is sponsored by Dirty Water Seltzer.
All right.
Yeah, but you could be cool like that. I mean, Dirty Water Seltzer really earned it. They earned their stripes. So you could be a cool sponsor. Please check us out. Thanks, guys. Love you, crackheads.
And crack horse.
I hope we cracked you up, crackheads and
Crack horse and crackheads and crack horse. Thanks for listening.
Let him end it, please.
Sorry.
crack maidens. We'll figure it out.
Crack chambermaid.
He's gonna edit the shit out of this.
Thanks for joining us on this journey. Thanks, guys.
Mandela.
Sweet.